It's vendetta. Me, I'm no monster. Me, I'm no hit man. But bitches think that I won't run up. That can eat up in these streets and you can talk crazy. It's vendetta. Me, I'm no monster. Me, I'm no hit man. But bitches think that I won't run up. That can eat up in these streets and you can talk crazy. It's palms are sweaty, palms are heavy. Vomit on the sweater already. Already. Palms proud, go to now. Your work. I don't understand this right now. Like, y'all don't get it.
I think you can get it now. If you're scared, you need to get out of here right now. You know where I'm going with this. It's bad. I bring my future crazy insanity. Get that animal, you can't get mad at me. You're stupid, I'm so ruthless. I'll pull away from the ground when I'm moving. I throw you up black like a man. In fact, I throw you up black. I'm so crazy. This is animal music. Open your ears, cause I don't think y'all wanna hear this one. This could be the infantine time if we know it. Somebody tell them don't do it. Keep walking around smashing. Strangle this big hazer. Danger. I'm pretty. Street bully walk from the block. Soaked up like the ox block. I'm winning. Yeah. Is his head spinning? Yeah. I got rules just in case I miss you. Crumps down fully, make nobody miss you. I'll rip you all the way to the tissue. You can tell your boy Solow got issues. So the next time you see me in the street, you already know it's time to eat. Yeah, son, animal.
It's vendetta. Me, I'm no monster. Me, I'm no hit man. But bitches think that I won't run up. That can eat up in these streets and you can talk crazy. It's vendetta. Me, I'm no monster. Me, I'm no hit man. But bitches think that I won't run up. That can eat up in these streets and you can talk crazy. It's palms are sweaty, palms are heavy. Vomit on the sweater already. Already. Palms proud, go to now. Your work. See, I don't understand this right now. Like, y'all don't get it.
I think you can get it now. If you're scared, you need to get out of here right now. You know where I'm going with this. Bad. I bring my future crazy insanity. Get that animal, you can't get mad at me. You're stupid, I'm so ruthless. I'll pull away from the ground when I'm moving. I throw you up black like a man. In fact, I throw you up black. I'm so crazy. This is animal music. Open your ears, cause I don't think y'all wanna hear this one. This could be the infantine time if we know it. Somebody tell them don't do it. Keep walking around smashing. Strangle this big hazer. Danger. I'm pretty. Street bully walk from the block. Soaked up like the ox block. I'm winning. Yeah. Is his head spinning? Yeah. I got rules just in case I miss you. Crumps down fully, make nobody miss you. I'll rip you all the way to the tissue. You can Tell your boy Solow got issues. So the next time you see me in the street, you already know it's time to eat. Yes, I'm an animal. Let me be an animal. Solow's an animal. Yes, I'm an animal. Let me be an animal. Solow's an animal. He's an animal. He's fully animal. Animal. Yes, I'm an animal. Let me be an animal. Solow's an animal. Yes, I'm an animal. Let me be an animal. Solow's an animal. He's an animal. He's fully. Yes, I'm an animal. Let me be an animal. Solow's an animal. Yes, I'm an animal. Let me be an animal. Solow's an animal. He's an animal. He's fully animal.
Oh my goodness. What have you done?
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Ant coming to you live and direct from Beyond Reality Podcast. Like and subscribe to the channel. I keep telling y'all, man, I'm bringing y'all classic after classic after classic after classic. I got the homie Solow pulling up tonight. You know, he blessing the platform and the Krump community, man. This man kicked down the doors for all the Filipinos, all the Asian Krump. I call this guy the king of kill-offs. Solow got so much history. He's well respected in Krump. But we're going to get it, shaking for y'all tonight. I put together this dope episode for y'all. So here we go, y'all. Krump Talk, episode 19 with the homie Solow. Let's go.
Yo.
What's good,
What's
bro?
happening? What's poppin'?
Good, man. How you feeling?
I'm good, man. I'm good.
Man,
I'm honored to
Solow,
be here,
man.
man. I see you grinding. I see you doing your due diligence. I see you tapping in with some thorough people, some people that know the history, that was a part of the history. So, yeah, I'm tapped in. So I'm honored. I'm honored.
Yeah, man. Yo, Solow, man, I definitely appreciate it. You
Yeah.
know, there's so many people that's reaching out to me saying, yo, could you get this person? Could you get this person? I'm telling them, like, yo, I can reach out to them, It's
Yeah.
up to them, the receptor, the request. So, man, thanks, man. Not just blessing, what I got going on, but with the Krump community, man, because you're highly respected. Like,
Oh, man. Thank you.
yeah,
No, for
bro, like
sure.
me being behind the scenes lately, like, you and a few other names, man. I'm like, dang. Like I knew, being in the Krump community, like you were
Right.
highly respected, but like
Right.
it's high level, bro.
I
Real shit.
appreciate that, man. Well, I mean, yeah, no, I appreciate the people that are willing and openly saying that. I don't do it for that, but if they have something nice to say about me, I'm honored that they were able to share, man. And hey, none other than they're doing it on your platform, bro. So you also open that opportunity for other people's stories and perspectives to be heard.
Yeah.
So people can start lining up the history for themselves. You know what
Bro,
I'm saying? So
that's what we got going on, man. Like, man, I got a lot of dope stuff that I'm trying to put together for the Krump community. And I know they're gonna enjoy this episode, bro. So,
yeah.
introduce yourself, brother.
Oh man, I'm my real name is Solow. My nickname is Lawrence. Everybody calls me Solow plus my mama, so I'm not tripping when I say please call me Solow. You know what I'm saying? But
Mhm.
I'm from Long Beach, California. I was originally born in the Philippines, but I came out here when I was like about three weeks old. So I'm 33 now. So yeah, Long Beach, California. And yeah, I've been crumping. Next year marks my 20 years. I've been crumping since '02, so I've been in this culture for a while.
Mhm. Oh yeah, facts.
So, yeah, I'm not a part of no group. The only thing that I have is SSS in Lowstown, and I am a part of Miho Bulls,
Mhm.
my street culture and company. So, yep, that's me.
Yes, sir. So, with this interview Solo, I'm gonna do something different. Usually I try to scatter around a person's Krump career, but for you, I'm gonna do something special for the Krump community tonight. We're gonna
Okay.
start from the beginning all the way to the current stages where we at now.
Okay. Yeah, I'm all for it. Yeah, man.
All right,
Uh,
so starting off, we're gonna get into when did you officially started like having love for Krump, for the dance itself?
uh, okay, if we're gonna talk about that, then I gotta go even before Krump, because
Mm-hmm.
it wasn't like I was a part of the evolution and the change and doing one thing and then now doing another thing, because I was a part of clown dancing. So I started Krumping in '02. So that means that was my freshman year in high school. So 3 years back in middle school, that's what, the year 99, '01, 2000, 99. So when I was a sixth grader in middle school, I was already clown dancing. So, and then I would, because I'm from Long Beach, and even in elementary school, I started, at that time, it wasn't clown walking, it was just called sea walking. And depending on where you politic, it would be called V walking too. You get what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
I was already intrigued by that. And sea walking, I was inspired by all the, the music videos that I could catch because of the culture. And then one of my classmates, we're not gonna say no names, but yeah, he would sea walk, and I would be right there trying to learn, like, yo. And even the way I learned how to sea walk was different, because I was poor growing up, so I didn't have a radio. So the way I would practice on how to sea walk is I would literally vision my friend rapping the song he was sea walking to and memorize how he skipped. And literally I would just match those couple seconds, like, nah, he didn't skip on that part. So I even learned the song because of him. And then I learned how to skip because I would continuously visualize how he would sea walk while he would rap the song, while I asked him, like, yo, can you sea walk again? Can I see that again? So, all right, to answer the question, I'm clown dancing. When we were freshmen, I was already a part of Rice Track at the time, because I was clown dancing with Rice Track. And one of my friends from Rice Track, his name was Warrior at the time. He was one of my best friends. His real name is Ray. Ray went to a high school called Milliken. And then we bumped into one of the dancers that we looked up to when we used to watch the VHS tapes. Like, people don't, hold on one second. Oh, I'm sorry, I got a text, my fault.
Nah, you good.
But so before YouTube, before DVDs, before any of that, there was VHS tapes that used to get passed around like it was a horror film. You feel me? Like, only certain people would be able to get these VHS tapes. And there was a clown dancer named Hero. He was a part of House of Clowns. Well, we come to find, these are like hood celebrities too. So when my homeboy Ray found out, he's trying to keep his composure, and he's like, yo, bro, I think, like, yo, Solow, I think I go to school with one of the clown dancers we looked up to, or he's a part of the crew that we used to look up to. And sure enough, it was Hero from House of Clowns. The VHS tapes, he wasn't in there, but his big cousin, which was Zero, which is a big clown dancer name, and Hershey and Casanova, at that time, those were big clown dancing names in the culture. So when we found that out, he started telling us instantly, like, yo, we don't clown dance no more. What the fuck are you saying? What do you mean you don't clown dance no more? So what do y'all do? Yo, we do this dance called Krump. What the fuck is that? What is that? What's Krump? Like, we follow y'all. Like, we already clown dance, but we follow y'all because we know y'all the cream of the crop. Like, what y'all talk about? Tommy, House of Clowns, cartoons. Like, yo, y'all cream of the crop. What do y'all do then if y'all don't dance? Why am I doing what y'all don't do?
Mm-hmm.
Basically, right? That's what Rice Track felt like. That's what we all felt. And then we got invited to our first Krump session. And the first Krump session, Cartoons family was there because House of Clowns and Cartoons were connected at the time for business. So a little bit of history, there was a time when House of Clowns and Cartoons family were connected through business so they could start doing house parties together. Because of that, they would practice together. We got invited to one at Mama Toon's house, and that's when I met all of the hood. When I say hood celebrities, that's when we saw all of them. I even remember what happened when Tie Dyes hopped out the car. When he hopped out the car, I'm talking about everybody pressed him because they heard that he went to a Tommy the Clown practice. And at that time, they was beefing. And they were all like, what you doing, bro? You showing all the new material? What you trying? Why you go to Tommy? Like, just giving them a hard time as like brothers, like camaraderie. And that, to us as Rice Track, we was like, oh, shit. We're seeing the people we've been watching through our VHS tapes. They're all in front of us. Big Miho, Todd Eyes. You see Foolish. You see Baby C, Little C. You see Miss Prissy. The only people you don't see is La Nina and El Nino, as far as like Tommy the Clown dancers.
Right.
As far as cartoons and House of Clowns, that's who's in front of us. You know what I mean? We're not even going to talk about how dangerous, as far as like Bloods and Crips. We ain't even gonna talk about how dangerous it was for people from Long Beach. On top of that, all Asians going into a blood neighborhood. Like, that's already a different story in its own, but this is literally our first Krump session. I don't know what month, but it was the year 2002. And that's when the first time we saw Krump. And we didn't know literally how to Krump as far as like what are the foundations, the basics of it, because we're strictly clown dancing. We're not, nobody's teaching. It's either you have it or you don't have it. You're doing the culture like justice by being really, really tight because you just tight in practice, or you're weak. You get what I'm saying? So nobody's teaching us. So all we know is literally just to keep it G, because we don't know how to express ourselves or explain what the fuck happened. We just knew that we had to dance a little bit aggressively. It wasn't about entertaining. It wasn't about the males dancing for, the men dancing for the women, or the women, you know what I mean? It wasn't, at that time, it wasn't pretty. We just knew that if you felt a certain way, you could express it. Figure out what Krump was, but the way they showed us love, like, yo, we ain't never seen Asian clown dancers, and two, you guys actually can Krump. Like, y'all ain't got it, like literally, like straight up, straight blunt, like, yo, y'all ain't fully got it, but y'all got it, if that makes sense.
Right.
And at that time we got to, I don't want to really say under our wing as far as like they were really telling us how to clown dance or they were teaching us how to Krump. They really just like took us under the wing of just saying like, yo, whenever we do anything, we'll just invite y'all. So House of Clowns just literally started inviting us everywhere and like showing us the ropes as far as like, that's cartoons. Oh yeah, y'all know Get 'em Up. Yep, we watch tapes. We know exactly who Get 'em Up is. Oh, they're about to be at the session. Like literally a lot of, yeah, just, I could be long-winded, but just to answer your question, it was the year 2002. That was our very first Krump session, and that's how we were invited to it.
Now, Rice Track, they had a few moments in the movie Rise.
Yeah.
When Rise was filming, you also had, some shots at the end. What was going through your mind when Rise was currently being filmed as you guys just getting into Krump?
Well, see, we got invited. Okay. I don't know if you guys could tell in the movie Rise how there's kind of like two different timings. Like you from like the session at the school when everybody is low-key kind of shirtless with kind of like amateur face paint to the time when we was in the bridge. Like there's an actual time gap. Because there was a film, it was a short film for a documentary festival, for a movie festival. Then they got the funding and then it turned into the big budget. We actually, as Rice Track, we got invited to the very first shooting. So we always already knew about it under the radar. The reason why we didn't go, because at the time we got invited by the ops. Like, it's unheard of enemies being cool with each other. It's like if you was known to be enemies, it's always battle time, battle time, battle time. You wouldn't think about seeing love or receiving love from the ops. You know what I'm saying? So the people at that time, it wasn't like a crazy, like, yo, we're beefing with them. But our number one competition in Long Beach was two groups, Nan Nutta and Hard in the Paint. So those two clown groups invited us to the very first shooting. But because they was ops to us, we thought they was both going to, Krump jump us because, So I swear to God, but it was just like, yo, it's a big filming. Like they didn't in retrospect, everything they said was true. It's going to be a big filming. It's going to be the big names, yada, yada, yada. But because they was ops and because it was unheard of and it was so random and we were still new to like anything industry wise. So we don't know that all the pride and the ego actually goes to the side when we're doing things like this. Like, yo, we could film, we could get a bag off of this. We didn't look at it like that at the time, so we didn't go. So the second time around, we were getting invited. I obviously, we tell you, like I told you, under the radar, we would hear people about the festival and all that, but because who invited us, we didn't pay no mind of it. But when we started hearing those things, like, fuck, did we miss an opportunity? And then when it came back around, when they got the budgets and the people we come to realize that they were filming some more when the Battle Zone, when Rise came out in the movie Rise. We were a part of that, and then you start seeing a filming crew, and then you start seeing like, oh, you guys are the ones that did the short film previously, that now is actually getting more money doing a bigger, the project group. So when we was introduced to it, we was all for it. You know, Battle Zone was a big thing. So when Rice Track, that specific Battle Zone, that was like a dream come true to us, because remember, we grew up watching VHS tapes. You're not getting a copy of the tape unless you are connected. You get what I mean? This is when the culture is still, it's big but small. It's really only a LA thing. And then when it became a LA County thing, meaning all the supporting cities around LA, like Long Beach is LA County, that was also a big thing, because usually it's not like that. Long Beach, technically, we stay by ourselves. Carson stays by themselves. You get what I'm saying? So to hear that LA County alone, past just LA, is doing Krump now was a super duper big thing.
I agree.
So we just wanted to participate. It was introduced to us because one of our dreams is coming true. We even had to audition for Battle Zone. So the one that y'all see on Rise, we auditioned for that. Rise Track Clowns. People only know us because of the street sessions. You know, we're minding our business. We're not starting trouble with nobody. We don't battle nobody unless people call us out. And then we come together as a crew to audition for Rise. That was like one of our first introductions into the actual full community, because everybody was at that audition. But everybody, like, if you wasn't going to Krump sessions, if you wasn't going to battle nights, you wouldn't see us. But that was really your first time as the full, like, clown community / Krump community, because everybody wants to know who's auditioning for Battle Zone. That was our real introduction. So when Rise came about, we was just like, yo, we're all for it. Like, yo, the film, all that stuff. Yeah.
Is it safe to say that, you know, Rice Track kind of laid the foundation for like Bad News Fams, you know, a couple other fams, as far as like being like not dominantly black, to have like an impact in Krump?
It's not directed to the people you just named. Because you named them, they fall under that category. But yeah, 100%.
Right.
You know, because we're older now, you know what I'm saying? Like, even the timing. People have to also understand that, remember, I started clown dancing in 99. You get what I'm saying? Or 2000. You get what I'm saying? Like, because it could still be sea walking. So it's really like a gray area, 99-ish, 2000. But around that time, remember, LA riots was just a couple years prior to when clown dance is happening. So Asians and blacks, as far as communities even intertwining together, something has to break the ice. You get what I'm saying? So even me clown dancing was still like, holy shit, you got an Asian out here dancing with the you know what I'm saying, with the brothers, with the, like, yo, you the only one with all the black people. That's exactly what I would always hear growing up, 100%. So now you got me feeling this way. Now I'm bumping and hearing about a group that's all Asians that also found each other, and now they have a crew together. You know, even me meeting Rice Track was low-key beefy, but, you know, we'll save that story for later in the convo, later question. But yeah, so when I joined, because I didn't create Rice Track, I joined Rice Track with me and my boy Ray. We definitely did. Just like I said, in retrospect, it's unheard of for Asians and blacks to even work together at that time. It was right after, it's only a couple of years after LA riots. Right. So yeah, and then us going to the hoods that we was going to clown dance. Like, we literally in the city was trying to show like unity. First of all, like, some people might think we're over exaggerating about like the gang culture out here. When I was in high school and clown dancing, even if you weren't gang banging, politicking with a certain color, your race will get you in trouble. You get what I'm saying? So if you wasn't blood Crip, it don't matter what are you? Because, oh, the Mexicans don't get along with this, the Asians don't get along with the blacks don't, like, they would always find a way to just get it cracking physically as far as fighting. You feel what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
with that energy, and then now you have this energy in dance that's bringing us together. You got a bunch of Asians calling themselves Racetrack. We grew up in the hood, so at the time we were still with the shits, but we're trying to show a different type of energy. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to just us leaving our city to go party in Compton, to go party in Inglewood, to go practice with Cartoon's family, or going to auditions in LA now. Now you're not seeing Asians and then you're going to see breakdancing. Now you're seeing Asians and then you're going to see clowning, crumping. You get what I'm saying? So there was probably, your little, like, we didn't know Milk. So Milk didn't influence us. You get what I'm saying? We met Milk when it was already established with Cartoon's family. So when we met Cartoon's family for the first time, that's when we first met Milk, but we're already established.
Right.
All the way in Long Beach, being the first Asians to do this, all Asians to do it outside of blacks, and traveling to all the hoods. If we heard there was a party, we pulling up because we want to make a statement. We want to get on one of those VHS tapes. You know what I'm saying? We want to be a part of those battle zones, and people are passing around, and this special tape, this specific tape has Racetrack on it. Like, that was our goal. So because of that, whether we didn't influence Bad News, the energy that Racetrack had, and if there was an energy against it, because of Racetrack, we pushed against it, and it was now allowed. Like, no, it's actually lit. Y'all don't know about Racetrack? Boom, 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 boom. You know what I mean? I don't want to make it seem like, oh, because we was Asian, we influenced every single person. We just know that around that time, if you didn't know us, all right, cool. But because of Racetrack and we was traveling, you are now welcome because we kicked that door down.
Oh, that's
we let everybody, like, boom.
That's an old fact.
Right.
Hey, yo, bro, and that's why, I started putting together these interviews, because it's a lot of people who don't know the history or wasn't a student of Krump, like, you, myself, and a few others. So people that's tapping in, they can actually, hear different perspectives of, like, how Krump was started, each little seed that was planted, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
So, bro, piggybacking off the Rise movie,
okay,
it was they had their main cast, right? And I want to ask you a question. I'm going to name these few dancers. So we got Little C,
yes,
we got Slayer, and we got Miss Prissy, and also I'm gonna throw another name in there, Baby C, right? Why don't they get the proper respect of, like, having an imprint of being, like, creators? Why you think they don't get their proper respect?
Because I was also a part of the problem. So
hold on. And one more name I forgot, and Slayer. My bad, Slayer.
No, yeah, you did say Slayer. You did.
Oh, okay.
So, I mean, I fed into the monster. So what I'm about to say, I want everybody to know that I humbly, not even just humbly, I understand that I was also a part of this wheel that was also causing this effect. The people that you just named is a generation above us, above me, including, even though that you guys know me as a vet, cool, I'm a generation before you guys, but they are also my vet. You get what I'm saying? They are also my OGs. So when they would beef, the younger generation, I mean, depending on how we felt or whoever we felt like we was loyal to, we didn't do no better, and we just added salt into the seasoning. Like, yo, we added to that. We added to that gumbo. Like, yo, if I rock with this person, I'm going to rock with his story. You get what I'm saying? Or I'm going to rock with what you saying, and I'm going to just be a warrior about it. And if you wrong, we're going to talk about it after, but you going to always be, when I'm with you in the public, you always going to be right, and I'm going to back you up. You get what I'm saying? The correction will happen later. But understand that the opposition, the opposite side, they also have people like that too. You know what I'm saying? Which is cool. Like, in a mature outlook, we all had that same part. You had the people that was leading a certain story and narrative, and you had their warriors. And then you had the other opposing side that had a different narrative, and then you had their soldiers. You get what I'm saying? And that just didn't add to them getting along and getting better. Like, I say this in a mature outlook because of the SK and the impact beef. That made other followers pick a side. That made the community pick a side. And none of that shit even made it better either. So now if I were to look at the same problem a generation before me, or a couple generations before me, right? A couple incidents before me, that's really what happens. You know, if you rock with tie dyes and that side and that, I guess you could say, as far as what the culture calls it, like their side of the story, you know, you added to that. And then there was people that rode with Miss Prissy's, and you know what I mean? I still feel like there's different perspectives even outside of those two. We just leave it up to the two most influentials, right? Mm-hmm. But in reality, if you also hear other OGs, they have a different perspective too. Like, yeah, I'm not trying to say they're lying, but this is also something that happened. You get what I'm saying? You start realizing like, well, it's not mentioned. It could be not mentioned for a reason. It could be petty, or it could just be they just left it out. But nonetheless, when you have a community outside of the sources picking a side, that shit made it worse. Mm-hmm. And I feel like that's when because when it's all said and done and they all get along, you start realizing you just added shit to brothers and sisters being mad. Mm-hmm. And then now I got to double down on my mistake because I made a mistake. You know, now people got feelings and egos and opinions about the opposite sides, and you know that could have trauma and PTSD within it, and triggers emotionally and all that shit, and it just starts tumbling down, and it challenges people. When are we gonna just be mature and look past it, right?
Right.
Because until that happens, everybody feels like they're still upholding a side, when in reality, like, yo, man, like, past their mistakes and past all of that shit, if they got along, all of us are wrong because we picked a side. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. We're not allowing brothers and sisters to go at it, and we're supporting everybody equally. We fucked around and picked a side because we wanted to show one side we were loyal to the other. And on both ends, I'm not trying to say anybody's right. On both ends, it didn't work out good for anyone.
Right.
Because now tie-dye side is kind of hard to respect the Miss Prissy side, and the Miss Prissy side is now, it's hard for them to respect the other side. Like now it's like, fuck, it's some trauma I gotta face.
Right.
There's some demons emotionally that I gotta look past because of how we offended one another. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's what it is. I feel like Little C doesn't get his love because people wanted to show that they was down for tie-dyes. And they would probably say things that was prematurely, or just because you took a stand there. You took a stand. You picked a side that simply just registered something totally different to the opposite side. You know, if you rode with Little C, that was an issue to Chez. The problem was that Chez is, you know, it's not his fault, but he is the most influential. More people rocked with him, so it wasn't, you know. But on the other hand, on the other side of it, on the Little C side, Little C had the industry. That's what it looked like. You know what I'm saying? So
yo,
just
bro,
in all fairness,
that, bro. A lot of
in
people.
In all fairness, tie-dyes, because you got to understand, around a mature look, damn, how would I feel if I can't go back home? How would you feel if you can't go back home? Mm-hmm. That's what Little C is feeling. Now on the other side, damn, how would you feel if I can't make money because of you? That's another perspective, and I could understand those feelings. And yeah, Miss Prissy, same vice versa. If there was a lady on tie-dye's side, they got more, you know, the way it worked, under the most influence, they were louder than the underdogs, and that it caused strife. You know, when it comes down to Slayer, he was one of the first people that did background work. So because of that, I feel like I don't want to say he forfeited it. Like, he didn't forfeit anything, but because he took the background work, that is the outcome of it. Because there's generations now of people that do background work, that's kind of the outcome. People get overlooked. They get and it doesn't even have to be the talent side of it. It's just the result. If you ain't about the, you know, Slayer was one of the guys that didn't care about the flashy stuff. He did put an effort in trying to show that he was past that. Because of that, talent-wise, when on the skill base of Krump, you know, you might not that's the competition side. You know, it's kill or be killed on the competition side of Krump. So if you remove yourself from it, you're not the topic of it, but he is definitely understood as like one of the people that care about the stuff outside, off the dance floor.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I think that's maybe one of the, you know, his reasons of not getting the love that he doesn't get might not fully fall under the same reasons why, you know, Little C, Miss Prissy don't, you know. He just took a different route, and sometimes there's different effects. They're not all the same effect. What if I don't care about the talent part and the person part? Cool, you'll be known something different in Krump.
Yep.
Because the topic changes. You fall under a different umbrella.
Yeah, man, that's I like Solow how you broke that down with each person's, you know, that was like a perfect answer, bro.
Oh.
So, you know, Solow, bro, you was part of some of my favorite groups put together, bro.
Yeah.
And I also say this is the best era of Krump. I call it MySpace era Krump.
Okay.
But the first one, bro. Robert Gilliam's Extreme Movement. You know, you had a lot of in the early stages. You know, you was a part of that movement. Kind of tell everybody like, you know, the level of dancers that were at the time, and also like how did the Extreme Movement impact the Krump?
Oh man, I think okay, Rob Extreme Movement was a mixture of different crews, right? So it wasn't just one crew. If you're in Extreme Movement, maybe there was a few that wasn't a part of anything, but I don't remember that. I remember everybody a part of their own crew, and then we'll meet together as Extreme Movement, and if there's any type of politics we got to do, we'll handle that.
Right.
So I don't want to say they were the first ones to do that because we had Krump Kings, but this was like a different type of project. It did feel different from Krump Kings. You get what I'm saying? Because it did carry a different type of energy. It carried a couple people that wasn't a part of the Krump King list, and it brought light under. It brought people under, brought new people under the light. You get what I'm saying? And
absolutely,
we weren't fighting for the same bookings. Like Extreme Movement, I don't want to say we, but Extreme Movement in general was finding a different lane and a different bag differently from Krump Kings and even Street Kingdom and even Dunamis. Extreme Movement really did. Like Rob was chasing, let's keep it just how I like to, he had a different type of bag. He was chasing a different bag. He found a different lane. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, in all fairness, you know, past any emotions or bitterness any side has, in all realness, they were making money. Extreme Movement was making money completely different. You know, they existed in their own lane, which we're trying to all preach now. Like, I hope everybody.
Right.
So, yeah, Extreme Movement was, I like to admit that it was an entity on its own. And I think that's the reason why it was impactful. You know what I mean? Like, Grim, like, for example, no shade. That's one of my best pals right there, Grim. One of my dogs. So, Grim was looked at a certain way under the Krump King light. He was a different way under the Extreme Movement light. That allowed him to create and build a different momentum off of that energy.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? In Krump Kings, the top dogs that were always getting booked was a certain few. There was a group of top dogs that was getting booked too on Extreme Movement. You get what I'm saying? And yeah, so it challenged people. It probably rubbed people the wrong way because if somebody's making money, but you're realizing that they're not really dipping in your pot, then you're really looking at it like you just want theirs. You get what I'm saying? Krump Kings was getting, and I technically think, yeah, Extreme Movement was before Street Kingdom, so I'm not tripping on it. I had to look at the back, like the timeline real quick.
Yeah, yeah, bro. I'm putting this in order, bro.
Yeah. So Extreme Movement was before Street Kingdom, so it was definitely different from Krump Kings. It was definitely different from the D Session because the D Sessions, the Dunamis, also created and was making a bag for themselves as well, and they found a way through making a bag through like being promoters. You get what I'm saying, for themselves. Like Crump Kings had Koki throwing like at the time the cages, so it wasn't us spending our own money type shit. You get what I'm saying? So it was the Dunamis and however they did it, whether it was Ruckus Dad or it was Ruckus himself and the team, but it was a whole nother group of people that created a way of making a bag themselves, totally different from Crump Kings.
Facts.
Same thing in Extreme Movement. That was completely different, a different bag. They were entering school districts and all that shit. People were traveling to Asia a little bit more. Like, I'm not gonna lie, not a little bit more. Extreme Movement was traveling to a lot of different countries, different from Crump Kings.
Mm-hmm.
And I was a part of all of them. You get what I'm saying? Because it wasn't just a crew. It was people from different crews meeting under a different, like the same organization. So I know the bookings and what I was hearing about Crump Kings, but I also realized, like, okay, Extreme Movement is getting whatever bookings they're getting is completely different countries than that. It might be similar sometimes, but you see that it's repetitive, like different. Yeah. So yeah. And it affected anybody. If you was trying to create something, it put pressure on you because like at a certain time of you creating something, you definitely have to fight for you becoming your own thing. You have to really fight for you to be really recognized as your own separate thing. You are not a carbon copy. You get what I'm saying? So, Extreme Movement had that time and they was fighting for it. Rob was, managing, and the people that was really one of the, the front lines for Extreme Movement, tip y'all hat. I'm glad that y'all made good money. Whether it was good or bad, I'm glad that y'all were able to make money off of that. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Like, we're going to touch on a lot of, because a lot of these new generations, they don't know about none of these, groups or people that was a part of these, groups that if they're coming into Krump. But we're definitely going to put them on to a lot of shit tonight, bro. So,
yeah.
Foundation Crew.
Okay.
How was that created far as, from your eyes?
I wasn't a part of the creation of Foundation. I joined Foundation too. I have a different backstory than a lot of the other vets. You know what I'm saying? If you were to think Solow would kick it with only a group of certain people because of whatever tier or skill level you put me at, even coming up, I didn't care who I was with. I would roll with you. You get what I'm saying? Like, when it comes to pride and joy, I really felt like I was with the best Asians. The best Asians. If Rice Track was the best, the best Asians, period. At that time, nobody made me feel like I needed to be humble. If you was all Asians after us, you copying us. I was really proud of it. I was really young with the shits. I'm still with the shits, but I had no filter back in the day. If you came to battle or if you came to kick it, you still battling me. That's the type of energy I had. And people, if you was clown dancing and crumping early and you bumped into Rice Track, I know for sure you could tell that you ended up battling me or I ended up battling your homeboy. But after Rice Track, I didn't care about being with the best. Cartoons is the best. I never joined Cartoons. You get what I'm saying? And even with that, Mob was the best. I never joined the Mob. You get what I'm saying? I did rock with people from Foundation and I joined Foundation. They actually, one of the reasons why it was kind of they got I was a free agent because I'm the last person from Rice Track still dancing. They're telling me to join Foundation and yo, Casper and Swings, I remember they're pitching me yo, we could book you for stuff. We could do whatever, yo, whatever company you were part of, Foundation could do that for you. That was a selling point, but in reality, I was rocking with Foundation.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't join Hall of Fame, nothing. I really just joined Foundation at the point of I rocked with people. Outside of Rice Track, even though I kick it the best crumpers know me, I rock with Foundation. And that's really how I joined it. I make fun of yeah, y'all bought me. But in reality, they didn't buy me because it wasn't really a business thing. Foundation to me wasn't really a business thing. I really created a brotherhood with some of those people from Foundation. So yeah, I joined it. Some of the OGs and peers from my community probably thought I was weird for that because it's yo, it felt like you're supposed to be here, but you're over there. That's the type of shit that I was getting, but I was okay with that.
Right. Yeah, I hear from
So
people from that camp that foundation was like a family and brotherhood. Like a lot of people that I've been talking to lately, that's what they've been like emphasizing a lot. Like it was a really family oriented, squad.
yeah, we really tried to do that. Big ups to the sluts because I don't, whether you know the new Solow, there is a old Solow. I'm from Long Beach. That is the hood. There's no way, like, if you go to the good parts, understand that's not the parts I'm talking about. I'm literally from the part that you don't know about. The stuff Snoop Dogg raps about, that's the city I'm from. That's where I grew up at. And I tip my hat off to J Slot and T Slot because they play a big part in keeping me safe. When my people from I'm not trying to say no other generations go through this, but a lot of people from my generation really, really was from the streets. And when we say the dance saved our lives, it gave us an alternative to pick besides going through the bullshit. And the bullshit is going to the liquor store because I got to walk. You going through the hood, just going to the liquor store. You going to the homie's house. But you walk, though. You walking past 3 hoods just to go kick it with the homie. Guess what dancing does? I got music. I'm about to go chill at the house. I'm about to go practice. Oh, guess what? There's a house party this Saturday. Okay, instead of me going to the functions with the homies, a different type of function and a different type of energy, I'm going to be going to clown dance. I'm going to try to create, oh shit, Rice Track, we ain't throwing parties anymore. So I got to really, really pick dance. J Slot and T Slot are one of the people that really took me in and allowed me to just come. Like, they knew that if they knew that I wasn't doing anything, or if they didn't know just anything, they'll just text me like, "Yo, you want to come over?" Yeah, actually, I do, bro. That took part of keeping me busy from the bullshit that the streets was there, and that's one of the main reasons why me joining Foundation was easy because of that. You know what I mean? And then when I joined Foundation, Cannon came with me. My old little homie Jeff. At that time, he was Baby Solow. My old little homie Perry, he used to be Little Solow. He came with me. So when I joined, people came with me. Jeff used to be from that because he used to be, I don't want to talk about his history. He could explain his history, but, he's in Foundation with me too. You get what I'm saying? So the energy just grew. So, yeah. Like, bro, I'm telling you, bro, if you know what I am today, I am completely the opposite when I was younger. If you think I'm a cool dancer, I was that uncool. I'm only cool because I'm good, but I'm really poor and I'm a loser. Not like a weirdo, but I used to ride in trunks just to get to the session. My radio, my family didn't have enough, money. So I would have to build my radio off of little shit I'll find in the alley. Oh, a speaker. I don't know if it'll work, but I'm bringing it.
Wow.
Oh, shit. The other piece of the radio, the actual board where you can control the volume. Oh, shit. Hopefully that piece works with the speaker that I just found. Like, that's my upbringing. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, like, when I say J Slot and T Slot took a part of keeping me out of trouble, like, I'm trying to show that visual. I'm not a part of the cliche. I'm a person that people copy their story because they want to sound cool. I actually had to live this sad, like the sad shit that people think is cool. I had to live that shit.
Wow. Yo, bro, man, hats off to you, bro, because a lot of people would have broke down mentally or wasn't mentally strong to, go through a lot of stuff that you went through at the time. And still, your legacy is, like, undeniable, bro. Like, for you to get to, like, where you are now, bro, and going through all that, that's just like a testament to show people, like, yo, it was real life shit going on back then, and got to pay homage when homage due, man. Like, real facts.
Yeah.
Man,
the homie right there, the homie, the bitch, I'm a god. That's the homie. That's the homie from Long Beach.
Oh, okay.
He definitely knows. I mean, if y'all see his posts, he not crazy. That's one of the boys it's one of the homies, man. That's one of the solid ones that know that I survived some crazy shit. You know what I'm saying? Just as much as the people that Krump that knew me 2 decades ago, they also know that I survived a lot of stuff. So yeah, you know, J-Slot and T-Slot were only some of the people, but in this timeline, the foundation side, J-Slot and T-Slot really made that decision very, very easy for me to live with the decision.
Mm-hmm.
Because when I was around them, it was just really easy. Like, they really took me in. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And even though like shit has happened and we're all going separate ways, those are one of the guys. If I get a phone call and I heard some unhappy shit, I'll stop what I'm doing and I'm pulling up. You know what I'm saying? And it's vice versa. They got that. You know, they let me know that they love me and I love them. But at that in the timeline foundation, you know, the brotherhood stuff that you talking about that you hearing, that shit was easy. It made it easy. And I don't know if it was intentional, but that's because motherfuckers needed that shit, and because we needed family, that's the energy that we produced.
Wow, man.
And that happened in foundation. I'm not trying to say it didn't happen nowhere else.
Right.
In foundation, that happened. Yeah.
Right. Man, salute to the, you know, T-Slot and J-Slot, man. They got a lot of legacy, and hopefully, as you know, as this week's going by, I'm starting to like getting tapped into everybody, so I'm pretty sure I'll be able to get them on the show as well.
Yeah.
So, bro, man, you know, Krump Kings is arguably like put like, man, I'm kind of lost for words how I even want to say this. Like, I don't think a lot of people would be dancing if it wasn't for Krump Kings. Is that safe to say?
Man, I don't yeah, you know what? Yeah, because if I could, from a mature standpoint, eventually somewhere down the timeline, people were gonna bump into Rise. And somewhere down the timeline, if Krump Kings never happened, YouTube was gonna fucking find us. So I mean, in the technicality of how just the world, like, yo, take the Krump experience out, the Rise shit, everything. Just understand, in the world, YouTube was gonna come out. So if nothing happened for Krump during that time, if motherfuckers were still crumping, YouTube came out, MySpace came out, people were still going to find out about crumping no matter what. That's what I believe. But I will admit that Krump Kings did, because of that platform, it expanded and reached out for Krump a lot faster.
I agree.
Because if you think about it, only certain people was getting booked for Rise. Because of Krump Kings, a whole new group of people was getting booked, and you were getting the, like, you know, on Rise, the Krumpers look like losers. Let's keep that shit trill. The producer and the director, whoever they knew how to film shit, time shit. Krumpers look like the losers because of Battlezone and the way they did that shit. Krump Kings made Krump look really victorious. Like, yo, I want to do that. Yeah. Rise was talking about Clown and Krump, but because of Krump Kings, I want to do Krump and Krump alone.
Facts.
I gotta give that season that type of love for sure.
Did you think like Koki and his platform helped like elevate all you dancers that was a part of that? The guy kind of get you guys, not saying that he wasn't a dancer and, you know, labbing and everything, but he kind of put you guys out there as far as like DVDs and a lot of bookings for you guys to be like have a major part in your popularity today.
Yeah, because some people that weren't really good is still known because they were a Krump King. The way he marketed it, it solidified certain people that really didn't have that much skill. If you was with a group of people under a certain umbrella and you had a certain type of energy, it was easier for you to become a Krump King. Now, I'm not trying to say everybody turned into a Krump King, but because if you knew the right people, you would become one. And if you had the right energy, cool. If you lacked the skill, but you was good at the business, you was able to get that Krump King spot because of the way he marketed it. You know what I'm saying? He marketed it really motherfucking good. To like, even we didn't understand business, but as far as Krump business, that was cream of the crop. But in reality, none of us hood motherfuckers that was under that contract knew business, but we was known to be that's prestige, Krump Kings, like that is it, that is the shit. But really, as far as individuals, we didn't know what the fuck was going on. You know that I hate, to be honest, I in a mature outlook, I tip my hat to what Crump Kings did. If you wanted me to give an honest outlook, we still did dirty. So it's really hard for me to even give that type of love and energy, to be honest, even without any type of bitterness. At the cost of how it elevated us, I got did dirty. And if nobody wants, in the professional world, if people don't want to use that terminology, I still got that short end of the stick. You get what I'm saying? Plus a lot of other people, you know, but yeah, I guess you do live and you learn, because we was growing, and, you know, Crump Kings was really good for people, and I don't want to take that away, but it was also really bad for a lot.
Right.
Did it do its course? Yeah, cool, because whatever door kicked down after this bullshit, I could fix later. As long as I still got the energy for it, wherever Crump Kings got Crump to, I could go reintroduce myself. I could relearn the hustle. I could do what I got to do to change the shit that I was unhappy about.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow. So from your perspective, what was some of the reasons why Crump Kings ended?
Money wasn't good. Business wasn't tight. Communication. For one, as far as the money that we were happy for it to be a sustaining business, we never really even knew the money. So we just know that it just was a failing business. According to the people that helped certain Crump Kings that joined Street Kingdom early times, the people that got we got help to get certain people off of a contract that was dirty. It's dirty because the shit was successful. We got the short end of the stick. You get what I'm saying? But because we didn't boom the way Koki really, really thought about it, you couldn't even do us dirty like that on a high level, but you still did us dirty on a low level. You get what I'm saying? We ain't talking about rich, like super duper millions and millions, right? But if it ever boomed, the people that helped us get off the contracts really let us know, like, yo, y'all wasn't gonna get paid if y'all was really, really good, like the big bucks. Y'all was set up to only get this much. Boop, 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 boop. And even on top of that, like the little bit of money people were getting, you know, that was helpful. But there was a lot of people that wasn't getting bookings. Like, I'm gonna be completely honest, whether it was my fault or his fault, at that time I'm only a kid. I was a Crump King when I was 17. You know, keep that shit real. So I'm not even an adult. So let's not even make it seem like Koki could really, like, even if we were to talk about Koki and if he were to defend himself, like, let's not make it, like, let's be trill about this. We was kids, homie. I was a kid. So let's keep that shit a buck. So I didn't know shit. So I was happy that I signed the fucking paper and I could say I signed a contract. Like, let's keep it. That is the result of poverty and poor, broke, in the hood. I'm thinking I'm doing the right thing because the shit that I hear on TV, what rich people talk about, I just did. I signed a contract. So let's keep that shit a buck. So at the end of the day, even though Crump Kings was, just like I said, it was, if that was like the best of the cream of the crop, that was one of the worst experiences for me. If it would have popped, I would have got taken advantage of. If it didn't pop, I was still getting taken advantage of because I was still getting used as I'm a brand already without knowing I'm a brand. I'm one of the best dancers out. I'm battling on your DVDs. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. So even when I wasn't making money, I was building a brand. And because the community lets me know how much of that was a blessing, that's cool. But in retrospect, as far as like the business eyes on it, I was set up for failure. Wow. Just like a lot of my other brothers. I'm not trying to just say for me. I'm only really talking personal because I don't want to talk for the bros because you definitely are willing to reach out. So I know what I'm talking about. The bros will bring it up as well. Like the bros also got taken advantage of too, not just me.
Yes, that I heard that a few times. Man, for y'all that don't know, I will be having Koki pulling up. So I want y'all to be like waiting for that. Man, this is crazy, man. But I definitely appreciate you keeping it real, man, because a lot of people, they want to come on and like not like be honest about, but you can be honest and still be positive at the same time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It ain't just like being honest and being on the negative shit. So crazy, bro, man. Damn, man, we got damn.
So so I mean, we could really talk about. I mean, I got time, so I'm not trying to make it seem like we can't indulge in this, but I know you got more questions. But for real, like for what it did, all the good that Krump Kings did, it did do good. For somebody like me, though, I wasn't booming like that. If you think that I was booming because of how Krump Kings looked like in the business aspect, I wasn't. I wasn't getting booked a lot. I wasn't whatever, and then that could be because I wasn't being attracted through the DVDs, or because I'm a kid, I'm not getting sold. As far as my manager, you know what I'm saying? I hope you doing your part, but at that time, I'm still not knowing. Koki, who did you pitch? Solow, the dancer, the crumper. Yo, we got the first. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was never explained to me. So at the end of the day, because all that shit is blurred, it was never a good experience for me. Whether, I remember shit that Koki said to me too. He told me that I was a leech. I don't know how, because motherfucker, I'm known to be one of the poor crumpers. So I don't know what the fuck being a leech was. You get what I'm saying? Like, people knew. Here's the truth, bro. I'll keep that shit a buck. Ooh, that shit hit a trigger knowing the fact that he was gonna pull up. So now I can really talk about
Hey,
this shit.
bro. You the first person. You the first person that I told I'm gonna have him in. Well, I'll be in Cali in a couple weeks, and I'm gonna be linking up with Robert Gilliam. So I'm gonna get his XM thing, but I got in contact with Koki, so I want people to know that he will be coming soon.
And then like, fuck, bro. I mean, whatever it is. Was it pleasant? Nah, it wasn't pleasant. It wasn't the best. It did do a lot of things. I wasn't the most booked at that time, and that's okay. There was people that were the most booked, and that was dope too. Until they share their experience when they say, nah, it wasn't dope at this time. When and that's on them. But at that moment when people were getting booked, I wasn't the one getting booked. And however that fell, that just fell. Whether I wasn't cracking at that time to certain businesses, and I wasn't the industry pick, or because I had a manager that wasn't selling me to the right companies of saying what we could provide for you, and this is who we have.
Mm-hmm.
And what I brought up, because I did say it, I remember we was arguing on Krump Kings, on the old Krump Kings forum, and I remember he said that shit to me. But at that time, we could be really mad at each other. He could be mad because at that time we're already a part of Street Kingdom, all this shit and the contract, so there could be a lot of business differences. But man, he hit me with the bro. You was one of the leeches, and in my brain I flipped. I was like, what? The stuff people want to lie about, I'm not lying about. Like, well, you could pull up to the house, Solow struggling. What is, like, I'm not that anymore. But at that time, bro, you can ask all the vets and all that stuff. Like, and I'm not even trying to say that they weren't going through shit. The reason why we could validate all of it was because we were sharing that same pain. We were sharing that same poorness. We were sharing that same poverty. We were sharing that. I wasn't no regular motherfucking, like, I don't want to say regular Asian. That's so stupid. I don't know why I wasn't just a regular dancer, and then I was just accepted because I was good. I was really cut from a different cloth, and I was breaking bread with people that was struggling the same way I was struggling, and that's what changed just everything. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it wasn't cool because at that time it wasn't good for me. When it comes down to like building a brand, cool. But at that time I needed money. I needed to help put food on the table. You know what I'm saying? I'm 17 trying to make money, right? But I was always poor before that. So don't make it seem like I wasn't thinking about it. I was poor since I was a kid at this time. And when I say I'm, just to put context, because I'm not trying to make my parents look like a certain way, I'm the 8th kid. My mom and dad had 8 children. I'm the 8th kid. My mom is single. So it's one parent taking care of 8. So y'all could only imagine the troubles with that. Were we protected, have a roof? Yes. Did moms make a warm plate the best way she could? Hell yeah. So I also want to throw that here, like, I'm not trying to make it seem like I know I'm saying certain things, but I don't want nobody to try to assume.
Right.
So at the age of 17, I wasn't just thinking about money because of just Krump Kings. I'm thinking about money all my life because of always having the lack of. I grew up a certain way. So I'm always trying to think of it. Thinking for the next meal was always on my mind nonstop. I probably got a gray hair, probably at like the moment I could hit puberty, I probably hit a gray hair right when that happened because of all the stress of just being poor. You get what I'm saying? So that's right. So the situation in my perspective is completely different from everybody else's. It can be similar, but mine specifically was different because I was going through certain things and it wasn't a pleasant thing for me. Whatever people thought was going to happen for people under Krump Kings, it didn't happen for me that way. And at that time, because nothing's unclear, the opportunity of blaming the people that are ahead of me was available because I'm thinking that this is a business. I'm thinking that I have a manager. I think that I have a follow, like, oh, okay, I got leaders ahead of me. Okay, cool. Eventually, some will come my way.
Right. Wow.
You know, I did travel a little bit. I did. Just like I told you, it was, but at that time it was different. You know, so yeah.
Wow, this is amazing, man. This history right here, man. So,
Yeah.
you know, like you was saying at the end, you went into SK, man. Yeah, man. It's finna get good now, y'all. we got the beginning out the way.
Right.
SK, bro. Dang.
Okay. Let's get into it.
Yeah, man. So, you know, Rich was the manager, correct? Or the
Yeah.
overseer?
Unofficial, official. Yeah. I guess you could say that. Yep.
Right. So when you guys decided to make the Street Kingdom, which was Chaz, Rich, who else was involved with that? Or were you just joining that also as well?
We got approached with that. When we got approached to it, we was approached around the same time we was getting off the contracts. So Koki and the people that met up to get us off of the contracts was Rich and then his lawyer friend or attorney friend. I don't know exactly what he fell under, but because he knew the business and the law, he was the one that also gave a hand of getting us off the contract. So around the same time, Ches bumped into Rich, and then, you know, their friendship and their relationship built. It got to the point where, okay, what's up with their contract? So I don't know their initial conversation. I don't even know the initial conversation exactly before it was approached to the other Krump Kings, me, Crush, Hitman, Rapture. I don't know that. So the conversation could have went with, at the time, who Ches was with, was B-Dash. It could have been with B-Dash. It could have been with his brother, rest in peace, Enforcer. So before Street Kingdom actually officially became, and like we broadcasted it, it was presented to the rest of the Krump Kings that I just named around the time they were getting us off the contracts. And it was presented that, just like how I told you what Krump Kings did, Foundation, like the organizations, Extreme Movement, you know what I'm saying, and Krump Kings, Street Kingdom was also going to be a part of that. And yeah, we got presented to it, and Todd Eyes kind of wanted the best of all groups to be a part of this and kind of be like a business corporation, organization / council for the movement. Hitman, you know what I'm saying? You got Solow, Foundation, you got Mob, Mob was Crush, Rapture, Hitman. Solow is Foundation. We were looking for other people because we started getting into like auditions, but the initial ones, like the idea of it, Foundation, me, the Mob, Crush, Rapture, and Hitman. And then obviously Todd Eyes has B-Dash, Enforcer, Daisy with the World Rejects. So it's like, it's not every single group, but this is a very good start. You get what I'm saying? You got the World Dropouts, that's Chez's peoples, right? Because you got Todd Eyes and Daisy gonna start with us. I don't even think Daisy was really known, like she wasn't a part of the meeting. So she could technically be a part of the group when all of us was already, because she was a part of like some of the first photo shoots. So yeah, she was a part of it too. Like the first gatherings and the first recruits was us, me, Enforcer, Daisy, Crush, Rapture, Hitman. And the way it was presented to us was supposed to be a council of leaders of the best crews in Krump, and hopefully we could keep order. If the homies need to battle, we set it up the best way possible. And that was the goal of it.
Why was it like, it seems like throughout like this Krump history, it seems like Krump had to be like a part of like something like Krump Kings, SK, Impact. Why
Yep.
was the reason for that? Was that a way for
Uh,
like you guys to keep making money?
uh, I don't really know, man. I don't know. Maybe that was just the formula that we felt like always worked. Crumb Kings was really the best. Um, I don't want to say the fuck. I guess you could say the if you're talking about people that have not Crump or only heard about Crump like 10, 12, 15 years ago, they'll always talk about Crump Kings. So one thing that I cannot take about it, that's one of the best brands that came out of Crump. It's the most memorable. As much as people would not want to admit that, that is the truth. Like fuck, that is the best brand. The people that heard about Crump over a decade ago will always talk about Crump Kings to try to validate whatever. Like if they were to say, yeah, I know about Crump, like Crump Kings and shit, like that gets thrown out there, and that's because that was the easiest brand. It was marketed right, and it was just built tremendous. You really like you had DVDs eras. You had eras created under this umbrella, and that was the brand to follow.
Mm-hmm.
So subconsciously, unsubconsciously, unintentionally, I don't know. That was probably what worked. We could be because we're creatures of habits. Like you know what I'm saying. So because we thought that shit worked, maybe just do it the right way. We
Right.
always thought, like, let's just do it the right way. What is the right way? You know what I mean? We make a bunch of fucking mistakes. The shit goes left, and then we make something else different, and we just try to do it the right way. We try to do it better. We try to do it better. We try to do it better. I'm considered a second generation vet to the world. And in all honesty, man, it's really, really hard from our perspective, to be the ones to create something out of nothing. I'm a second generation crumper. So just imagine if I understand that concept, I can only imagine what the first generation went through. Understand that what you guys are doing now, I'm about to be in my 20th anniversary next year. I was a part of initiating, innovating, and creating a lot of the stuff people are remixing. So people's remixes, so you benefit off of being on my shoulders just as much as I benefit off being the first generation shoulders.
That's a fact.
That shit is tough. You get what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And because we just like how you said, I think it's not the fact that we're trying to do the same thing. We just want to make sure like, yo, that shit looked like a great idea. There was some fucking shit that was toxic. And then the second time we do it, I hope that we do it the right way.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to completely throw away this shit. Like, yo, bro, like I don't go to church, but I still believe like ministry helped me with a lot. And I don't go to church anymore. As much as my personal opinion about it or whatever religious belief that I'm at now in my life, I could still admit that ministry in general, a lot of people could have their own personal opinion about religion, but when you indulge in ministry and you see good fruit produced out of it from someone that used to be a crazy adolescent, you get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And then they join the ministry and become a better person. I could still admit it based off of my opinion on what church is now. But same thing even back then. Like, even though I'm mad about certain shit that played out in Krump Kings, shit that played out in other things that I feel like failed in my Krump journey, there's still some things about the formula, though, that works, man. The camaraderie, the unity, that shit is something that we cannot let go. Mm-hmm. A lot of the things that repeat, though, is because we never really attack the inside shit. So a lot of things would repeat. So even though as much as other good things cover it, that's a personal thing that people have to do. You know what I mean? But the unity of what the projects did, that shit still is something amazing because there's something about unity. Let's not forget that, the unity was really something. Whether the business side of it was bad, the unity was real because I did become brothers with people and sisters with some ladies through these bad experiences, or what I would consider bad, because technically these experiences and stories could be great. Like somebody else could have a different vantage point. You feel what I'm saying? So it's really just me personally. So I won't speak for nobody else. But me personally, it was rough and tough. It was tough.
When did you start to like feel that SK was going left?
Fuck.
Yo, bro, I got some smoke for you, bro.
It was going okay, man. We felt like Street Kingdom was going good until other petty things started to repeat. Me and Crush battling Hitman and Rapture isn't the first time. Like people, like the battle of legacy and like yo, the names and all that shit. That's not the first time it happened. It happened in Krump Kings. You get what I'm saying? Hitman getting baby eyes was an issue. Let's not forget that. Even though it ended up good, but as far as the battle of legacies was real. Like it existed before me and Crush, Rapture, and Hitman had to do it. You get what I'm saying? But so understand that when it happened though, like that caused some strife because obviously now two bros that we started off with, now we got issues with. And then that shit evolved with the extreme movement. But because we allowed that to happen, it's free game after that. You get what I'm saying? Because time has passed by, the reason for Street Kingdom didn't start with the first issue in the Krump world. We were supposed to create Street Kingdom to control issues. The first issue we had, we didn't control it. You get what I'm saying? So in a mature outlook, we didn't fucking control the shit that we said that we were going to try to control. And I feel like even with that, we got to understand dance don't do that. It takes an inner, you know, the leadership, the integrity of a leader comes from within. So yeah, we didn't control it. And I'm not trying to say that's exactly how we talked about it around the table when it was happening. But because it's been so many years, that's just how I'm looking at it now. That when that happened, that was an issue. That opened up a door because we're creating a monster. You know how many people watched the way me and Crush and the community treated Hitman and Rapture? Krump was on a big scale at that time. When Krump was on a smaller scale, Rapture and Hitman was going at T-Fly and King Type. If that was on YouTube, it would have had the same effect. But in reality, because Krump is on a bigger scale, social media-wise, because that history repeats itself, Todd Eyes and, you know, Solow and Crush going at the old Junior and little Todd Eyes. Now that's a big thing. And just like I told you in the beginning, it caused the community a split. Who rocks with Solow and Crush? Who rocks with Todd Eyes? I mean, not even Hitman and Rapture. Todd Eyes and Crush have the higher influence on their side. Rapture and Hit are now going to go through some tests, right? The reason why I like to talk about it is because the same shit happened to me and Crush.
Yo, bro, it's like, I don't want to call it karma, but it was like, you could say like a domino effect. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I felt like that right there was just a sign of things going left.
Right.
Like, yo, we're not doing what we said Krump, like Street Kingdom is supposed to do. We bent the rules somewhere, and then we're bending the rules some more. We're going to start bending the rules some more, and we're going to start bending the rules some more. And from there, it just you create a monster. You create this way of how you handle things, this way of, you know, yeah.
So,
and you're trying to act like, okay, go ahead.
It's like, obviously Chess played a part in all, like, far as like the Little and J Type, you know, for each era, like that people that took his name. One thing I always wanted to ask, like, yourself and Crush, you know, at the time before you guys got into the Impact, right? You, Crush, Cannon, and Notepad, y'all put up a YouTube clip saying that you guys' jersey was in the Raptors, right? Yeah. At the time, did you really feel that you guys was gonna be the last Little Type and J Type, or were you just like caught up in the moment?
No, I don't think we were gonna be the last J Type or Little Type. At that moment, we're getting older. We understand that you got to get past the torch. So I feel like I understood that. I feel like Crush understood that. At that time, Notepad probably had a certain amount of years. He could have kept the name, but at that moment, I remember when shit hit the fan and real difference, like business differences and perspective and opinion differences was like really, really gonna break us up. Like, how could I say it? Like, when we said that, we actually left the fam. We just left because now we just felt like, all right, if we were supposed to make it to a point, like really make people understand that they're not J-type, low-type, we already did that now. It's not for us to hold. So when we felt like that, me and Crush really just left. I mean, I don't know if Tie Dyes will ever admit that, but me and Crush remember when we really put him to the side, when all this shit was going left as far as like, yo, it's about to get crazy, where Street Kingdom's about to land. We're starting to argue about money or where's the money. Like that level of conversation is starting to happen. Me and Crush both knew like that shit was not about to be pretty. Cool, for sure. So we pulled Chess to the side and we just let him know. Boom. You know, like I feel like we did what we did. So even before that video, we really left the fam. We never got dropped. We didn't even leave Street Kingdom.
Exactly.
We didn't even really leave Street Kingdom. You get what I'm saying? And when we said that, I mean, the vocabulary and the language that we was talking and the way we were saying shit was so for the Krump community could understand. People like metaphorically, so many people in Krump want to be romantic with the metaphors that we got. So when we said like, yo, we're gonna put up the jersey, like we knew people knew what that meant. We wasn't like, yo, that's it. Like Tie Dyes, you own the name, but us being the eyes, we're putting that jersey up. You get what I'm saying? Like, cool. Like little Tie Dyes, junior Tie Dyes, even, you know, at that time, baby Tie Dyes, Notepad, you know, whatever years, 2009 to 2010, 2011, boom, that was us. Solow, Crush, Notepad. But just like how I was saying it, I know I opened the door to that. Like, we didn't really leave Street Kingdom. When that happened, when all the arguing happened, when the opinions started to differ and the shit was really about to come to a split for whatever reason, because I don't want to say for whatever reason, like I don't know, but money that wasn't being made or was being made was starting to get questioned. I know at that time, me and Crush, even Cannon, you know, young adults, like we weren't making money off of Street Kingdom bookings. There was even a time where I lost all my travel information. And just like how I'm talking to you about like, yo, I'm really not that fortunate when I was growing up. Y'all got to remember, 2000, I'm 33. So I'm only 20, 2010. Like I'm a young adult. So when I lost all my travel information, that passport and everything that I needed, I was born in the Philippines. So I lost my green card. So I'm not trying to say like I was going to get deported, but as an immigrant, you're going to feel that like, oh shit, I ain't got my green card. I don't know if they got the information in the database. Like I'm panicking, but I don't got the finances to help. There's no bookings for me to have. There's you know, every industry has a drought. I wasn't like making buku money. Like we're trying to build an industry to the point where we could at least make a living off of the dance. And at that time, we didn't figure that shit out, and it was not happening. So just like I said, when the money was being questioned by, you know, the head honchos or the people that are feeling a certain way, me, Crush, and Cannon had a job. We were working a job that was offered to a lot of other certain people too. We're not going to say names, but other people from the crew that was like warriors for Street Kingdom, but we was broke. The job, the same job that we had was also like offered to them, which they didn't take. And you know what I mean? I don't want to put any reason for anybody, but I know that when other people are making money and money is a situation, subconsciously I'm going to start blaming people or things. You get what I mean? And if that's keeping it a buck with people, like, yo, bro, like, I'm not trying to say that you was trying to make me look like I was stealing the money, but because finances is rough with you, you asking, like, yo, what if we building the business, when is the business going to start giving back? And you know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to give a mature answer about it, but because of the financial difference made us split up, it made Tie Dyes and them leave. And when I say they left, we was at a table. The people in Street Kingdom, we just finished building everything. We had Street Kingdom all over United States. We just did Street Kingdom Russia. We got Street Kingdom Japan. And then we got Street Kingdom Europe, even like with Wave. You know what I mean? And Wave just got Kid Tie Dye. So we were like, yo, we you know, that we already done bagged the nation. The me saying the terms like we built the monster. Me Crush was a part of that
Of
building.
course, absolutely.
Canon and Notepad. The heads of Street Kingdom. I mean, the heads of Impact was heads also of Street Kingdom. You get what I'm saying? Building that entire business before, you know what I'm saying?
Oh man.
Before the split. Yeah. So
Do you think some of the frustration, you know, I should save this answer for Crush, but you know, it's already on the tip of my tongue, so fuck it.
yeah.
I think some of the frustration at the time was that the reason why, you know, it kind of led to like Crush starting punching on people like, you know, Joey, etc.
But that was in the heat of the argument,
Right.
of the day people were leaving. So it wasn't like the shit hit the fan and then he saw Knucklehead like 2 weeks later and we're treating it like gangbanging. It's literally happening in real time. And then it does look at like, okay, to give a little bit more context, right? There was a religious era in Krump. I fall under that category as well because just as much as I want to say people knew that I was poor, people also knew that I was a part of the streets. So when I say I was with the shits, I also mean it that I was also a street guy. Same thing as Crush. He was also from the streets, also with the shits. Really, really thorough. Same thing with Cannon. He has a rough background, upbringing, all this shit, right? So when we remember that era of people being called demons and all this shit, that scar was made by Chez and who his friends were spiritually. Also saying that about me when I used to be a part of Foundation. That used to be said about Crush when he used to be just about a part of Mob. So understand, even when it came for Street Kingdom, right? Crush and Solow ain't on this churchy Christianity, like I was about to say shit, but yeah, I'm not trying to disrespect, but we weren't quote unquote saved. Like we weren't on that narrow path when Street Kingdom started. Understand, we are creating a business with tie-dyes and the same people that actually, like, you know, my communication skills back then was, yo, you did me dirty, fuck you. But because I learned how to communicate, at the end of the day, that shit fucked with us. We weren't saved. So when we're starting and creating a business with people that also used to call us demons, and then now we are a brotherhood because now I am going to church on my own. Crush is going to church on his own. Cannon, his own. When we're arguing now, it also brings back the triggers and the trauma of, oh, y'all think y'all more Christian than us. Like, even the misconception of it still made us feel like we're like, fuck, bro, like, you don't think I'm a thorough person. Before being Christian, you kept calling me a demon. Now, because we're about to split, you don't think I'm a real Christian because in this split, you think you're more Christian than me. Like, this shit fucks with us mentally. Like, yo, bro, this street shit ain't pretend. So the real trauma that we don't even really identify yet, these are the reactions of it. So in the midst of splitting, it ain't because of Crush, like punching somebody. That's not why, because of a split. That was a cause and effect. That was a reaction. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So the way he was treated before that, let's talk about that. And I don't mean to sound like super duper fucking hype. I know I sound passionate about it.
Yo, now,
but nah,
yo,
yeah.
talk your shit, bro. This what,
But I think like,
Solow, this what this is about, bro. Yo, bro, yeah, bro. This is what it's about, bro.
I'm not blaming Crush at all because there is still an outlook. Like people don't even know because of that. Like, you know, Crumpers think, I don't want to just say Crumpers, but the community looks at Street Kingdom and Impact Split emotional trauma for them because of how it affected them. We never put a gun to nobody's face. So the immature shit that you did, you still got to own one motherfucking day. Just as much as everybody wants us to own our shit. So understand, like, real brotherhood and real shit we had to work through, but everybody's looking at it as entertainment because it's a split. This ain't the same split as Krump Kings. These are people that were like, yo, we had to push our pride to the side to even build Street Kingdom with you guys, because we're still coming out of the time when motherfuckers was calling us demons. Now I'm trying to create a business with you. Holy shit, the people I'm doing business with are friends and brothers with people that used to call us demons. Now, okay, cool. So let's talk about us trying to become vulnerable again and trying to open up to these motherfuckers that offended us at a certain time. You get what I mean? And then now, you know, then now we're brothers. There was a time when we had each other's back. I'm buying you at Arizona, you buying me at Arizona. I'm gonna share bread with you. There's a time where it looked like we wasn't beefing, and we was like we never beef. And then now there's an issue. Guess whose side you're already picking, Joey? You're not gonna pick our side because you just started getting along with us. So you can care less about what the fuck Solow and Crush is going through. You're gonna be loyal to the soil. You're gonna be loyal to whoever you fuck with. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, bro. So I don't blame like the split of SK and Impact is not because of what Crush did. What Crush did was a reaction. Whether people want to say his reaction was wrong, understand it was a reaction to a cause. I'll never blame the bro. It was not. It wasn't even my fault, and I don't even want to say it was Knucklehead. It's not Knucklehead's fault either. You get what I'm saying? So I'm also not saying that shit either. But yeah, I'm not blaming him. At that time, there was trust issues, and that's how the fuck we handled it.
Right.
People left, and then immaturity started kicking in because, bro, we're from the hood. Motherfuckers know how to be petty, and people knew how to be petty, and we was petty. They was petty to say that we was liars. We was wise enough to keep our mouth shut, but because of that, we also saw other people become petty when they should have minded their own fucking business. You know what I'm saying? Remember with the little C and the tie-dyes thing? The community picks a side, and picking a side makes it worse.
Facts.
Same thing happens with that. And there was like, what, bro? And the thing was, me and Crush, and I'm not trying to say tie-dyes in them. Like, I don't fully understand what was going on, and I wasn't a part of their roundtable meetings. But when it was time for us to be petty and talk, me and Crush used to fucking hate me because I used to say, no, we gotta stay quiet. We gotta stay quiet. If they lied about it, the truth will come out, bro. We don't have to be, it's going to be a tit for tat. There's too many things. We got too much influence. Motherfuckers is going to be confused if we start talking shit and starting to like debate in front of motherfuckers. Crush, we got to be quiet. We got to be quiet. And you know, and there was times when Crush would listen to me. And if Crush ever would to say like, yeah, there was frustration building up, I felt like that was also because of me. Because I would also try to tell him like, nah, Crush, let's suppress. And if I was wrong for that, the good thing that comes out of it, the people that start finding out the truth realize, and their perception about me and Crush start to change because they realize like, holy fuck, I had an opinion about y'all when I found out the truth and I'm fucked up. Like, you know, people have apologized to us, but the bad side of it, if it caused any triggers for the bro, I know that I was one of the guys that would always ask him. Not force him, but I would always ask Crush, like, yo, bro, let's stay quiet, bro. Let's stay quiet.
Wow.
So
man.
yeah.
Yeah, man. Like it's a lot of stuff, you know, we probably can chop it up off air. Because you know, a lot of people don't need to know like the real, you know what I'm saying? Like this is so man. So this is the end of the SK era as far as like when you know, Spartan and all the rest of the new cats join the squad.
Right.
And I want to let you know that you guys wasn't the only one that had beef with Spartan. I'm from Rochester, New York, right?
Right.
He's from Buffalo, New York. We're literally maybe like, I don't know, maybe 30-something minutes apart or whatever. Yeah. So I threw an event. You know, Judge can you know, verify this or what happened. I threw an event in Rochester. You know, I'm originally from Cali. I moved here in 2006. So I started Krump in Rochester, New York. Now, mind you, Spartan and all those guys didn't know that it was, you know, like me starting a movement in Rochester. So finally, there's this guy, he sponsored an event. He was like, yo, I'm gonna bring these dudes from Buffalo. You know, they real crumpers too. Cause I was like, yo, I gotta get some real crumpers or I gotta go back home.
Yeah.
So the next event, you know, that's when I ran into Spartan. So, you know, my little homie was like asking him like for a friendly battle. So you know how Spartan's attitude is. He was just talking hella shit. So you gotta, I say, yo, all you niggas from Buffalo gotta beat my crew right here, right now. I was like, fuck this event. Bro, I shut the music down, and like from then on, me and Jamar, I don't know how you feel about me today, but you know, me and Judge is cool, me and Tetris
Yeah.
is cool, but you know, I haven't talked to Jamar in a while, but yeah, man. So he wasn't on. Trust
Yeah,
me.
yeah, yeah. I
Yeah,
mean,
but
history repeats itself, right? So history repeats itself. I came at the old little tie-dye, so it was at that moment though, I needed to shift the culture on how I want to respond to shit that I helped create. I helped create that machine. So even the moment we split, I even changed my style. The way Street Kingdom, the way I was dancing when I was Street Kingdom, the moment I would broadcast how I danced during the split and now we're Impact, I even changed my complete style. If you could look at the timeline, people could validate it. Like, look at the last time you witnessed me as Little Tight Eyes, aka Twin Madrip, and then when the split happened, the very first time Impact footage dropped. I completely changed my style because the moment we split and the way it hit the fan, I told myself that I have to rebrand everything about me. Everything, every machine that I helped build, every pattern, every habit that I've condoned, every piece of whatever in Krump that I put my 2 cents in that people can copy, I already started to put in my brain, how am I going to rebuttal? So, you know, I mean, I hope people can tell by the way I build my rounds and my combos and material, but I already figured that move out. The moment we split, I already knew whoever the new little tight eyes was, they was going to come at me. I already knew whoever the new junior tight eyes was going to be, they was going to come at Crush. And if we were wrong, amen, because that means the history don't repeat itself. But because it did, I already visualized how I was going to respond. And when it happened, it just happened. It was just a matter of time. Did it affect me? Yes, because I looked at Spartan when he got put on Street Kingdom and when he was a part of Street Kingdom and the times when we got to rub shoulders, like I really fucked with him. I had his back, you know what I'm saying? And what's understood don't need to be explained, but you know, the way the drama happened and all that stuff, I just knew that I couldn't respond the way I was responding when I was Lil Tada. So I already visualized myself sounding like Rapture the way he sounded like when I was coming at him. So I'm about to eat my own words. I'm gonna sound like Rapture because Rapture ignored me before. So now I'm gonna ignore Spartan. I'm gonna look like Rapture now. So Solow, I also understand that I was gonna take a L, like weighing the options out. I already thought about all this shit. It's gonna hit my ego because I gotta look like a hypocrite. But in reality, this is the only way I could shift the brand and the machines or the culture that I helped create and the way we function. That was the only way I could shift it. When you want me to jump because of battling, I'm going to say no. And that's the only way I could do it. When we was together, me and Crush was just like how Tadai's and Miho is considered one spot. When me and Crush was Street Kingdom, we was considered number 2 spot. Nobody. And we battled anybody and everybody. Anytime, anywhere, and we did. And the moment we split, I sucked. I didn't know shit about Krump, only combos. Crush is whatever. He's just a firecracker. He ain't gonna win. He ain't got no material. He's sloppy. He ain't got it. Like all of it switched because cool. So that's probably why I always tell Crush, like, don't respond, bro. Don't respond. Don't respond. We gotta shift it because its own history is repeating itself. But nonetheless, though, me and Spartan are cool. Like we're like that's the bro. You know what I mean? That is the bro now. A little bit of backstory, like his best friend, his big bro is also in my camp, Judge. So even when it came to beefing, I had to also suppress the way I even expressed myself around my fan because I knew that if I expressed myself too much, I'm also talking to somebody that looks at him like Judge, little S dot looks at Jamar as his little brother. Exactly. You know what I mean? Blood, right. Okay. So as a mature man, like even just from the hood, because you know what I'm saying? No father figure at the time, but just off of street, like not like street smart and just respect and integrity, I even knew that I couldn't talk too much. Same thing with him. He couldn't talk too much either. The same, like when Crush was beefing with Spartan, Judge didn't say too much because he even understood that my best pal is Crush. So we just knew that even around each other, we had to I don't want to say eggshells, but it's just like, man, I don't want to disrespect my bro, so I'm gonna just keep it to myself right now. Right. Same thing with, even though the shit was rocky because Spartan was coming at me. Spartan had a community, I have my own, I got a right with a couple of people in a couple of regions, a couple of states, a lot of people was dancing to diss tracks. That shit hit me. One thing that I could give credit to Spartan, he definitely knows how to get at you. He as me being one of the best dancers, he created a different type of pressure. Like, yo, boom. Even if because he wasn't a part of my generation, he's generations after. He still applied pressure, and I'm not gonna keep I'm gonna keep it a G. When it was time to practice, I really practiced for him. When we finally got the battle cracking, I really, really practiced for him. Let's not get that twisted. He's not a person where I just, oh yeah, for sure. I want nah. I was really working out. I was trying to get my stamina up. I was really labbing, creating material. But yeah. And now that's my dog. That's my dog, man. Yeah.
From your side of the fence, Solow, did you ever think came to a point damn, why Chaz don't step in and kind of water this down? He seemed like he always put the fuel on the fire. Do you think everyone was being so extra to kind of gain his saying oh, I know such and such fuck with me, you know what I'm saying? I know such and such is loyal. They trying to prove their loyalty. Cause the way Spartan, and the rest of them, I feel like they did it kind of more disrespectful than how you and Crush came at. You know what I'm saying?
So, wait, what's the question? Can you say that one more time?
I said,
breaking down. Yeah.
Why didn't you did you ever think damn, Chaz, you're not gonna kind of ice this the situation down?
No, I think that Chaz leaves it up, and then it's on us. It enables his leadership, and then it's on us to find out if we're gonna stop it right there or we're gonna feed into it. And eventually, Spartan inherited that type of intense beef just with me. You get what I'm saying? He I don't want to put words in his mouth, but I still felt like he wanted the battle himself. So even though that it is in the midst of repeating history, Spartan owned no, I want to battle Solow now. You get what I'm saying? He was a buckhead too, so he could feel no, okay, you're gonna put respect on this name, you're gonna put respect on my name, you're gonna answer my call out. So somewhere down the line, it probably was just for Chaz and the legacy of the Eyes fam, and he's the only Lil type. But somewhere down the line, it was just, I'm gonna give him credit because the way he was coming at me, I felt like he owned it. No, I want to come at you. Right. And I think the reason why Chaz don't do anything is because at that time is if you continuously do it, I don't know if Chaz is Chaz has I don't know. I don't want at some point it was Spartan's situation. And even at that time, I can't fully blame Chaz, if I really, really wanted that mentality to stop, I should have stopped it when I was Lil Tata.
Right.
And that's really what I could really say about it. I was really trying to find the words to say, but that's really what I could just leave it up to. If I really, really wanted it to stop, and if I was capable of seeing it sooner, I would have stopped it when I was Lil Tata. Right. And I would have never called. You know what I'm saying? So when Spartan was doing it, it's repeat. Now my way of not repeating it is I'm not going to respond. I'll respond when I want to respond. I'm not going to respond when you tell me to respond. Especially because now Chaz is controlling it. Because he's beefing with us. You know what I'm saying? The antagonist, he's saying that we left Street Kingdom instead of him leaving Street Kingdom. So because you called me out, I'm telling you no, but I'm really not giving Chaz what he wants. Right.
Wow.
Yeah.
Man.
And
man, damn, bro, this is history, man. Man,
and it might not even be that deep on how people think about it, but that's how I thought about it. I definitely broke it down the way that's how I made it. That's how I understood it. Mm-hmm. And that's what helped me also mature and carry myself a certain way.
Right. So, once SK ended, let's say, was it Rich and Papa Psycho and you and Crush, y'all came up with Impact?
Yeah, me, Crush, Cannon, and Notepad. We already knew that we wanted to create a group together because we wasn't really like, at that time we felt like we was responsible. We inspired so many people all over the board. We told people to be neutral, but then Ches kind of declared war and kind of tried to made us look like liars. So now you put the neutral people on the side when we were trying to tell people to be neutral because that would be the best result. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I can give an example, we told Bishop Clay Cofield not to pick a side. We just had the second audition of Street Kingdom East. We had so many people that we even created East Street Brims to be a supporting crew for East Street Kingdom. Everybody is motivated. You have hella momentum, but they're under your leadership because he was the leader for the East Street Kingdom side. So when everything hit the fan on the West Coast, basically Impact side, because we weren't Impact yet, we also told him like, yo, I think the mature thing to do is to still help lead the new generation people because they're excited. Do your own thing and don't pick a side at all, because if you pick a side, it'll be ugly. So waiting for everybody to happen, the people that was going to be neutral got left because people picked East Street Kingdom because that was what was presented to them. And the people that was willing to be neutral now was put into place. And then now, even with that, we, just like how I told you, we felt responsible for the momentum and the inspiration. So we already knew that we were going to lead a new crew. We just didn't know the name of it. The person that helped create the name was Rich. We was at some event at Angel Stadium, and he found it on a newspaper or whatever. It kind of stood out. We created the acronym for it, and yeah, that was the crew, and he helped take place on creating the name and the acronym.
Wow.
Right.
So you were able to be part of the Eyes, and are you still currently Twin Miho?
Oh yeah, I'm still Twin Miho.
Okay.
Yep.
So you've been in the Miho fam and the Eyes fam.
Mm-hmm.
What is the difference between the Eyes fam and the Miho fam? And I'm not meaning like dancing, because I'm hearing a lot of different versions from people. I just want to hear your side on like what you think is the difference.
I mean, they're different, and then they're a lot similar in other, like, Ches and Miho are best friends, so there's gonna be similarities as far as personalities. They got a lot of the same humor. You know what I'm saying? They both understand skill. They understand like a Mamba mentality. So a lot of things are similar, but what's different is just how they carry themselves and how they handle situations. You know what I mean? I don't want to say Ches doesn't think about anybody else, but he sure doesn't care. I don't want to say that. You know what I mean? Because there are people that he does care about, but sometimes Ches don't give a fuck about the repercussions. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Opposed to Miho, you know what I mean? Like, I hope, I don't give a fuck if anybody gets mad at me, but hopefully I'm wording it right. But sometimes Miho thinks a little bit more and is a little bit slow to speak and slow to react. You know what I mean? Other than Ches. Like sometimes Ches could be slow to react and speak, but when he goes, it's boom, you can't stop him. Opposed to Miho, it's a lot. He displayed more patience. You get what I'm saying? So, yeah. And they have their own personalities. You get what I'm saying? And as far as like, Todd Eyes, really, really, the synergy that you get when you're around the best dancers, it's a different type of pressure. Now, I'm not trying to say I don't receive that pressure from Miho, because I do, but in a different lane.
Right.
I probably fell under the image of what I thought Tie-Dyes thought what Krump looked like. You get what I'm saying? Don't get it twisted. I definitely have my own style, but what I was striving for, I was looking under Eyes microscope. Why? Because I'm still little Todd Eyes. I'm trying to look at Krump through his perspective on creating styles and how it looks versus versus Miho, the energy that I get from him personally and the synergy that I get challenged with when I'm around him is, damn, that looked crazy. What were you trying to say? You better figure it out because that shit was tight. You get what I'm saying? So something could feel like I've been around Miho and I'll probably do something weak, but he'll be like, what? That shit got hella potential. And that gave me a different energy. Like, okay, opposed to now when I'm with Tight Eyes, man, that shit was weak and I'm throwing it away. You get what I'm saying? So I've witnessed that. It was just a different type of, you know, and yeah, that was just really it. And it was just different levels. Perfect what you're trying to say versus like this. I don't even know how to word it, bro, because if I try to word it I might offend it, but that's hopefully I broke that down.
Nah, you good, bro.
Yeah.
That's definitely good.
Yeah.
So, hey, Solow, what's your thought on Chess creating this 2.0?
Bro, history repeats itself. It's not, I mean, that's gonna inspire whoever needs inspiration now. You get what I'm saying? So big ups to him, bro. Like if it reacts to you, hey man, if it's not broke, don't fix it. You get what I'm saying? Krump 2.0. This ain't the first time we heard about that. Like it's not. Like Ches definitely has the skill and the energy to revamp Krump. That is undeniable. I feel like there's other people in Krump that also have that energy.
I
If
agree.
they tap into that energy, I feel like those people. Like what, bro? Krump, let's keep that shit a G. Crush is influential in Krump. Rapture, Hitman, influential in Krump. There's people that actually have a brand in Krump that's flowing. Riot Magic, if people want to deny who Riot is, why does he have something going around in Krump called Riot Magic? If it was that weak, why are you saying it? You get what I'm saying? Like, why is that living? Why is that living through time? You get what I mean? So people have that energy and people can create that shit. So when he says Krump 2.0, it's not the first time I heard it. I understand what it does. It does not affect me. If it inspires the new one, hell yeah, good. Turn that shit up, man. Because at the end of the day, the new generation is in their first few chapters. You know what I mean? We want Krump to grow. So we need y'all to get that basic shit and let's start advancing it. You get what I'm saying? So cool. Krump 2.0, if that inspires you, keep that shit going. You get what I'm saying? Because Tight Eyes is around new energy. And that new energy has a concept of Krump already. And what I mean by new energy, he has new people. And those new people around him probably have a conception of what Krump looks like. So with that shit, cool. Krump 2.0 for y'all.
Right.
You feel me? I also evolved Krump too. So in the midst of you guys getting inspired and learning from Tight Eyes, put some respect on my name and learn my shit because I'm your vet now too. You get what I'm saying? So whoever's new that's inspired by Krump 2.0, understand something. He's also my OG just like he's your OG, but I'm your vet too the moment you enter this culture. So learn about my shit. Because I already see people remixing it, so I know you watch my shit. So learn about me because we want y'all to be thorough too. Right. Whoever it is. Like, it's all good. It's all good, man. I love new energy. Take Krump further than how I could take it. I'm just like I told you, I'm 20 years next year in Krump. There is something that I feel like there's other doors I need to bring Krump through. So I gotta double down and do that for the community. You know what I'm saying? Like, shameless plug, EXP 2022, 2023. I promise the Krump community, the EXP is here 10 times before I fucking pass the torch. So we're getting into that bag too. So when, I hope that I built the brand of like, I provide, when I say I'm going to do something, I do it. Just like I told you, I already put a year on it, 2022, 2023. So that means I'm going to eat my own words and I'm going to provide for the community. So that's really just it. So yeah, I'm entering a new lane and people are entering the lane that I already, I'm not trying to say I'm away from evolving Krump, but I'm not evolving, me personally, I'm not evolving Krump through battling. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? There's people that are evolving Krump through social media, tip their hats. I ain't got that. I don't have that. Maybe it's a matter of time. That's cool. But I still, I'm a service to the community. You know what I mean? And I'm proud of that. You
Right.
feel me?
Hell,
So yeah.
like I said, bro, in the beginning of this, bro, like, man, I'm sure you're not surprised, but bro, like, out of like level of respect for like OGs and vets, your name
Hmm.
pops up. Bro, I'm talking to dancers all day, every day, man. Like, yo, Solow, man. If I
Yeah.
could get a part of his crew, they say a lot about Miho also. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
and Rex too. Your three
Hmm.
names, like, is like, I'm like, damn, man. It makes me think, like, man, that goes to show, like, people respect y'all, man, and like the fact
No, thank you.
that,
Yeah.
impact y'all leave on people is like it's more than Krump. Because I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
these people are not trying to gravitate to you guys just for the dance. Like it's got to
Yeah.
be like you guys as human beings as well.
Yeah. I would like. I would. I pray to God that that's what it is. You know what I mean? I like to leave an impression. You know what I'm saying? I don't. I don't. I know it can be cliche, but I don't really say that I come from the streets just to prove something. I say what I say to let people know that like yo, we're out here. The people that really come from the street do evolve. So y'all not alone too. So don't think you're a lone wolf. Like just because you're seeing the evolve me, I've also came from the streets. I don't give at the end of the day, I might be more street than a lot of motherfuckers that's acting like it. They just don't think I'm from it because I learned how to polish this shit a little bit more and be a little bit more presentable and put a couple filters over it. But yeah, like I got lost train of thought because that shit made me laugh.
Yeah, bro, man. Yo, man, this is dope, man. Oh yeah.
Yo, man, my fault. But yeah, man, back now I got my train of thought. The people, so yeah, if I made mistakes in the dance and all that shit, and that fucked up a lot of people, get to know the real side of me. Because there's a lot of other shit that I've been through that I overcame.
Mm-hmm.
That will let you know that because I realized that I made certain leadership mistakes in Krump, understand if you know my story, that shit will be fixed.
Mm-hmm.
The stuff that I mean and what I'm really, really sorry about, the things that was misleading, the things that I did as a leader that I did wrong as a young leader, because we also want that to be said. Like Krump Kings and the Krumpers that helped change the world were teenagers. You know what I'm saying? We got to also teach that too. Like, yo, y'all also got to understand they were kids. So even all these mistakes we want to blame on the vets, you're talking about kids, bro. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? So understand that. Like, hopefully we get to the point, I want to be a cool person because at the end of the day, we want people to get over their traumas and really become the people that they really visualize who they want to be. You know what I mean? Most of the time, the reason why we're reacting the way we're reacting in Krump is because of the shit that happens outside of the dance floor. Some motherfuckers want to be bullies in Krump because there was nobody in, I don't want to say nobody in the real world, but they was probably getting bullied. You know what I'm saying? You had no backbone there, but because you came in here talent-wise that helped create a backbone, you learn a little bit of tension through competition, and now you want to be a bully in this comp. Like, nah, we want you to get past that. That's gonna make you make mistakes. Because you used to be bullied and because you're somebody now, you could show the alternative. Don't be a bully. You get what I'm saying? Like
Right.
shit like that. But
Yeah.
and like I really meant what I said. So hopefully those people that are having good things about me, man, hopefully, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And if we ever had a point where we had like, a little collision and had a little altercation, hopefully we had the opportunity to make amends. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean?
Facts. Two more questions, brother.
Yeah.
Now, I see you doing your game streaming thing, right?
Yeah.
I know you
Yeah.
got passionate for it. I always, I'm a gamer as well. When you started, you do you have like a partner or something that you guys got something like you trying to create or have going on?
There's no partner yet. I mean, so really it's just to bridge the gap. For anything here's a gem. Maybe it's a gem. I don't even want to claim that it's a gem. That's putting the title off of what I'm saying. So let me just how I look at things is I want to bridge the gap. I'm giving away X amount of dollars because I believe that our community needs to provide this before a corporation does. I personally believe that. I hate it personally when people treat me like a starving dog just because I come from the hood. So that reflects on how I feel like certain organizations look at Krump. So before an organization could come here, I feel like I want to take place on like, yo, yesterday's price is not today's price. You get
Eh,
what I'm saying? Like that mentality. Like, yo, fuck that, bro. If any organization comes through, anybody, don't let them make you dance for no bag of chip, like a bag of Lay's chips and a bologna sandwich. We not starving no more, bro. Crumpers itself provide this type of tour on this type of budget. You get what I'm saying? Oh, and I'm not rich. I'm not flashy. I'm not nothing. I did a 9 to 5, and then I took what I took. Like what, bro? Financially, like, oh man, the financial problems. Like, I don't share. I don't want to share it to make anybody feel bad. I want to share it because of the perseverance that it provided out of me, and hopefully that could inspire. Like, what, I had a regular 9 to 5. Automatically, bro. Like, I'm giving $5,000 away on a Krump tournament. I'm also traveling it. That right there, that budget alone was almost $20,000. You get what I'm saying? Like, so understand, like, even like, well, I could even do 50% of the math in front of people, and the budget, in all honesty, will blow people away. From just the airplane tickets to the hotel price, before a dollar hits the door, we're already trying to be mature on how we carry business, because we are representing what we want people to believe Crumpers are. We are willing to be business minded. We are willing to do this, and we do believe in ourselves. You get what I'm saying? So we're trying to carry ourselves a certain way. So the budget was real. In 12 months, we provided almost 20K budget. So you get what I'm saying? So I want to, yeah, I don't want to be long winded about that, but yeah.
oh man, that's amazing, bro. That is amazing.
Right. And yeah. Hopefully I answered that question. If I didn't, just repeat that question. Yeah.
Nah, you good, bro. You've been answering everything, like, bro. I didn't think these interviews, like, yo, bro. Each interview, I'd be like, damn, I don't think it's gonna get better than this one. But each interview is like topping the next. Damn, man, this is crazy, man. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Holy
Yeah. So you know what? Hold on, wait. I did. There we go. Now I found my train of thought, because I do want this to let people know something, man. Like, I was a construction worker at at that time, 2019, right? Years prior, Lowstown was created in 2017. So I, outside of Impact, outside of Street Kingdom, created my business. I was inspired by my little homies. One person that I'm going to give a shout out to is 7 Star. He inspired me and challenged me to really, really create Lowstown as a product, right? So understand, I'm giving this out because I know I'm a big homie, but somebody that's considered a little homie, he's considered a friend. But in Krump culture, he's considered as little Solow. That's who 7 Star is. He's my little homie. He inspired me and challenged me to create a business, a real business plan. And he challenged me. People that inspired me was SSS fam. Yo, bro, we followed you to Street Kingdom. We followed you to Impact. Lowstown is your thing. Of course we're gonna help. Like, you know what I mean? Whoever stayed and was down, that's the energy, and that's what they told me, and that's what they did. So I doubled down on my business, full entrepreneur. I only literally did Lowstown, and if you know what I mean, like Ubering if I had to, but I didn't Uber because at that time I was really pushing the Lowstown. And through that, because of that challenge, and because my friends and my fam really secured me and really like, yo, bro, aim for the stars, bro. You was aiming for the stars as a warrior under somebody else's business plan. Be a warrior for your vision. Be a warrior for your shit. Like, go, Low, we got you. Boom. And you know what I mean? So SSS, not just that. Vlad, if I could name everybody's government name, I would name it, because it's past SSS. It was really on some like, yo, Lawrence, we believe in you, bro. We believe in you. Go do it. You are who you are. You are Solow. Go do it. So I don't want to just put the title SSS. Past that, their real names, all of them, my friends really believed in me. And because of that, and I say it all to this, when it was time to really double down on the EXP, when I went back to my old job, I got a complete pay cut. So even though I'm saying like a 20K, your people are already assuming, or probably already thinking like, yeah, it's really easy to do that if you got like a 45 an hour type of job. Even a $30 an hour type of job will be easy to provide that type of thing. But it wasn't my story. My story was that because I entered back my construction job, and the reason why is because I still needed certain times to travel for the EXP, so the flexibility was already there. My boss already knew that I would travel for dancing, and he knows that I'm not lying to him. But because I was coming back to a company, I completely had a pay cut, and they said, because you're at a high salary and because you was at a high position, you have to be on a year probation. And they put me on a pay cut, and I was getting minimum wage. So boom, automatically, I didn't like the cards that was dealt to me is literally that. Fuck, I got to double down on EXP. Fuck, I thought I was gonna have a secure, like, higher bag than this pay cut that they gave me. The only thing that I got, because we're all adults, we all know what that pay cut does. That fucks up the bag. The minimum wage in California was like $14 and some cents. Because I was in construction, it lands at 15. That's our minimum wage in construction, $15 an hour. And I'm telling you that I'm doing the EXP, and our budget was almost $20K. I had to Uber. So whatever these motherfuckers that try to make hustling cool and all that shit, I was hustling the legal way. I got my 9 to 5. I still did my dancing. I did my Ubering. The team and the staff did what they did, and we the people that can stay faithful to the vision and what we agreed on with paying our monthly dues. Yo, man, the reason why I'm saying that is because you don't need to get a certain amount to really make shit happen. I wasn't getting paid $30 an hour, $35. I was at that moment, because I was on a year probation, getting paid $15 an hour with no overtime. I'm not even touching 30,000 a year. So that pay cut hit me at a high position due to me being on probation just for work. Damn, Lawrence, because you left us before and you coming back, we got to put you on a year probation. When you get on your year probation, you get your salary back plus more, because we're also going to train you on a new position. And then boom, COVID hits after the time I'm supposed to renew my contract.
Yo, that's crazy.
So I never really, bro, I didn't recuperate shit from the event is not to make a profit. But even when it came to life, like, all right, cool, I got something to look forward to as far as my real salary is about to come through. COVID hits us. Right before the contract renews, Lawrence, you finally completed your year probation, yada, yada, yada. Here's your new salary. Oh my God, salary comes through. We got to lay you off. So,
wow, man.
The quarantine story is another thing, but I really, really, really want to share that story because you do not have to make a certain dollar to move a certain way. And because you are moving the right way, there's nobody rushing you. There's a lot of people feeling like there's this imaginary gun for them to have to do something right away, but there's still patience in this game. There's still do your due diligence. Don't think that you're going to become a millionaire just because you created idea and you aligned with it in your brain. The $1 million don't come tomorrow, but it gives you a step forward. As long as you move forward, you're one step closer to that. And you know what I mean? If the cards is dealt with you right then and there, man, do your due diligence. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to say that it was easy, but I know that I wasn't shopping a lot. You got to put your pride to the side. I know that I wasn't balling. You know what I'm saying? All right, cool. I'm in construction. I'm going to wear the same clothes all the time anyway. So, cool. I'm cool. That ego shit throwing out, boom. You know what I mean? All right, cool. I ain't got to, even little shit. All right, no more Starbucks because that shit takes like $25, $30 away from me every single day because I just need that caffeine fix. So, there was little things like that, man. And I say that because there's a lot of people out here that really believe that they got something. Or they have a little bit of money and they just want to be involved with something. Like, yo, bro, that too is an option. You could take your bit, whether it's a lot or a little bit, take your bit and bring it to another person that's bringing up. And you don't have to give it to me. I'm not saying that I'm not saying that to say that you got to give that shit to me. But you could really make a difference in here no matter what dollar amount. You get what I mean? And if you got a big vision, cool, bro. You got that vision for a reason. So you got to be wise on the plan. You got to make the plan. You got the vision for a reason. You know what I mean? You could do it.
Wow, man. Yo, man, you the first person that dropped those type of gems like in these interviews, man. Out of all 19 episodes, bro, like you just laid like some real life facts, bro. and it's gonna be inspiring, give people more inspiration to like, yo, man, like, especially the ones that look up to you, bro. Like, yo, if you know, if the homie Solow can do it, let me apply myself. Let me take a little bit
100%.
like how he did his thing and add something to mine and my work ethic, and then I can get to a level to where I need to be in life.
That's what I believe in, bro. Lowestown is all Krumpers. The people that inspired me was all Krumpers. The people that helped me make my business plan is all Krumpers. The people that was hired and booked as artists was all Krumpers. Everybody that was booked to do the background work for EXP was all Krumpers. We are a one-stop shop. The only, you know what I'm saying? I don't even want to say unfortunately, but there are a lot of people that have a lot of different interests in dance. There is a place for you, and there is a place to shine. I don't know if everybody could work in the same project, but because you could really believe in yourself, and you really could do something. Yo, bro, I have my friends like video crew, admin work, website, social media, editors, security guards, to host, to the entire camera team, to the cleanup crew, to the people that even own the dance studio. They're all Krumpers, bro. I didn't need to outsource shit. I'll outsource it when we level up to a place where we don't provide it yet. All right, cool. We don't own an auditorium yet, so I'll outsource it. But until then, I'm going to keep everything in source. Like, I'm going to keep it in Krump. I'm going to do my best to keep it in Krump. Everything, every little detail that breaks down the logistics of an event, everybody that was a part of here for EXP is Krumpers.
Mm-hmm.
And it's still going to stay like that until we get to that point where, all right, cool, we reached our cap. We got to outsource.
Right.
And, you know, just like I said, look, we got podcasts. You're a part of the Krump community. There's so many other people that's doing podcasts too. Like, yo, bro, do it. This is a part of creating the industry. The industry we want to be a part of, we could create it for us. So when, you get what I'm saying? Like, we don't have to beg shit. We don't have to do nothing. When the corporations and the organizations come this way, it's not because they need to provide us the things that we don't already have. You ain't gonna make me jump for a podcast. We already got it. I want to know if you're gonna give us the budget because we already provide it. We already do it without y'all.
Right.
We already got viral people. What are you talking about? You want Krump? What? And that's even understanding business other than that. Like, yo, bro, like, for people that know how to make proposal decks and all that stuff, like, yo, bro, like, if I want to present Krump to these organizations, Krump has it all, bro. We got viral people. So we got viral people that we could pitch to organizations. As long as I keep those viral people involved with the project that these organizations give money to, we get the bag, bro. That's understanding the business. We got Tight Eyes, we got Miho, we got Spartan, we got Concrete, name everybody. We got Riot, we got Grim, we got this, we got that. We got every Krumper viral. Every Krumper got millions of views. You sure you don't want us to put Red Bull? Because in a split of a 10-second video clip, I could have 20 million people watch your shit because we got 20 viral Krumpers.
That's a fact.
That's also understanding business. I understand that we're not there yet. So yeah, cool. So everybody has to do their due diligence. And I'm glad that Krump is where it's at. I said it at the EXP, it's a good day to be a motherfucking Krumper. Because a lot of the things that we wanted 20 years ago, those pillars weren't filled. Now look at us now. And I'm saying 20 years because I'm about to be in 20-year anniversary for myself. Krump has been out, 2000, so 22 years. It's coming to 22 years. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Wow, man. Man, Solow, man, that last 5 minutes, that was like some real inspiration, man. Like, because
I'm out here, bro.
To be
I'm
honest
trying
with
to
you,
study.
bro, I didn't consider myself a part of the Krump community as far as like, because I don't dance, like, I haven't danced since 2012.
Give your motherfucking flowers now, bro. What podcast got these interviews? It don't matter if anybody comes and does it better than you. You was a part of inspiring that fire. You get what I'm saying? What podcast already got it? What podcast person is actually going forward with their vision? Now, I'm not trying to say that you're the first one, but you are one person that's obviously getting these people. So now it's going to challenge everybody else that did it before you to say, fuck, he did it before I did. I should have been a go-getter. I should have just reached out. It don't, like, yo, bro, you got people that have not shared their story, share their story on your platform. So yes, bro, you are a part of the history. I don't need to wait 10 years to give you that. I have enough wisdom to know that I could call it for what it is.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And you ain't fighting for something that you don't want. You ain't the first podcast, but you definitely got some legit, thorough people, and you got some people that some people never got an interview from. So you got to tip your hat to that, bro. And that is the main concept of building the industry. Not one person wears the hat,
right.
But you allow people to create the shit.
Right, man. Yeah, man. Wow.
You know what I mean? So
yo, bro,
that's just what it is.
man.
You got people like, yo, I'm streaming, bro. I just want to bump into a couple motherfuckers that like Call of Duty that don't know about Krump. So when it's time to go social media shit, whether the Call of Duty people I connect with don't want to pull up, they could give the views, though. That's a whole nother community that's fucking with Krump, just off of the fact that Krumpers are good at Call of Duty. When it comes down to the streaming shit, I'm a beginner. So at the end of the day, I'm a rookie in the community, but I'm away from politics. I'm having fun with it. I'm making sure that I'm always talking about Krump. Nothing that's not Krump is on the camera. Like, people, if you ask what Lowstown is, it's strictly all Krump. So I'm literally I'm entering a new industry. Just as much as this could be challenging to you, I'm living what I'm saying.
Right.
Go through these new industries, bro. The Call of Duty streaming world don't give a fuck about no Krump cam. They want to care if I'm lit with the streams. Cool, for sure. And even with that, I don't care who don't come. If only 30 new people come, that's cool. But that's me bridging 30 new people into the social media world. Because I also am going to take Lowstown in the EXP digital.
Right.
So cool. And I say what I mean and I mean what I say. So understand, if you heard this entire interview, understand EXP 2022, 2023, and the EXP is definitely going social. And with that, streaming platforms, all that shit, we're setting it up.
Right.
Do we know if we're going to be completely like the best at it? I don't know. I don't know if we'll be here to accept the glory of it and see our glory of it. But shit, bro, I'm trying to be a part of the inspiration. I inspired a lot of people through my battling. I'm just not a battler, though. You know what I mean?
Right.
There's a lot of people that ask me for business advice, and a lot of people get good business advice and get good outcomes because I give them advice. That alone shows me I'm more than just a battle person.
Right. Wow.
So,
wow, man. Yeah, bro. I want everybody to know too as well that the corner session is getting ready to have this huge, 2-day event. And I want to let everybody know that, I got invited to come down and do Krump Media, which I'm gonna be doing
That's tight. That's fucking tight, bro. That's what I wanted. Yo, bro, look, I'm not the first to, bro, I want to enjoy this shit. Me seeing radio, you get what I mean? Like dialogue. This is a whole different thing of entertainment. You know what I'm saying? So for you to come down just to do social media podcasts and media, cool, bro. So we're getting a step closer to everybody that has tried to do a Krump Awards. We're getting closer to the shit that could make that really happen. Mm-hmm. I know that it's not the first time to do a Krump Awards, but because these other platforms and visions and projects are growing, all of the pillars that could build a award show for the community is gonna be there, bro.
Yep. Yeah, man. I'm gonna be doing live face-offs, like recaps before and after the battle. Like, man, I got a lot of dope shit planned, bro, for like that whole week, bro. It's gonna be real nice, man.
That's amazing, man. I really, really like, yo, man. I wish nothing but the best for all your projects. You know what I'm saying? I really hope that people take heed to these podcasts, man. I hope people start watching. You know what I'm saying? And if people start getting the interview, like, this is tight. If the OGs are willing to get interviewed by you, I know that they're willing to get interviewed by other people. And it only really takes the way you approach people. Cool, man. I know that the homies could be like, yo, bro, the homies been through some shit. So the way you approach them, if you don't come with respect, it's a big fuck you. Mm-hmm. Might not be out like literal, but if the energy is off, the homies ain't gonna fuck with you. But hey, bro, the homies is fucking with you. So I'm gonna keep that shit. You have a podcast, like, man, these OGs are willing to listen. They're willing to speak. They want their stories out.
Right.
And I really hope the community really watches that, because this shit is not in vain, bro. Don't watch my shit just because I pass away. You feel me? I'm alive now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, watch my shit now. Watch Riot shit now. Watch the vets, the OGs, the heavy hitters. Watch, be a part of all that shit, because before you know it, Krump is gonna grow so big, and you're gonna be that bitter motherfucker talking about, well, 10, 15 years ago, yeah, but we're here now, bro. We're here. We are here now. We're here now.
Right, man.
So,
Yeah, man. This is so dope, man. And Solow, man, I just want to say, man, it's just an honor, this, like you said, man, for you to pull up, even, respond for my message, bro. Like, I know, we just meeting now, and you believed in my vision, and like I said, I'm just trying to add something different to Krump, man, and like help play my part, man, to take it to a high level.
yeah. Hey, man, all it is from here is to even evolve. You took the steps forward. It's just a matter of time, like, this even gets to evolve. You know what I mean? Don't stop in IG. This shit could grow. You know what I'm saying? I pray. I even, like, follow the YouTube page too. The YouTube is important. I know that this is IG, cool, but we need all platforms to pop. So, yeah, man, it's just starting for all of us. Lowstown is just starting. This is official. COVID stopped the second year because it stopped the pattern, but we're bringing that shit back up. So, yeah, man.
Yeah, fact. Let everybody know
Yeah.
they can follow you and be tapped into everything you got going on, bro.
Everything is You Did It Solo. Facebook.com/You Did It Solo. You can see either my personal page or my gaming page. The YouTube is not launched. We want to build up certain things before we drop that. But everything else, Facebook, You Did It Solo. Instagram, You Did It Solo. All together.
All right.
Yep.
Sweet, bro. Everybody make sure y'all tap into everything that Solow got going on. You know what I'm saying? He doing a lot of positive and dope shit, not just in Krump, but in the world itself. So make sure y'all tap into everything Solow got going on.
Much love, bro. Thank you, man.
You already
Lowstown.
know, man. Hey, yo, Solow, thanks
Yes,
again, bro. I really appreciate it.
Nah, man. Much love. Just like I told you, it was an honor to be a part of this, man. And hey, man, I didn't initiate this. I didn't invent podcasts, but I'm glad that I'm a part of something that I truly believe. When this pops, I was a part of this early.
Right.
So you know that this shit is genuine. You feel me?
Right.
So yeah. So all love, man. Good luck to everything, with everything, and I can't wait to finally meet you at the corner session, because I'm definitely pulling up as well.
Definitely gonna be there doing my thing. So yeah, we definitely will be able to chop it up, bro.
Riot, my dog Riot, I see you, bro. I see you here throughout the whole interview, bro. Riot Magic, my G.
Yes, sir.
Much love, bro. Nah, hey, much love, and I'm out of here.
All right, man. Have a good one, Solow.
All right, bro. Peace.
Yo, man. Thanks to everybody that's tuning in. This was a dope, amazing, classic episode with the homie Solow. Make sure y'all get tapped into everything he got going on. And, man, I'm going to be bringing y'all fire classic after classic. I got so much, like, elite dancers and Krumpers that's pulling up. So y'all stay tuned and make sure y'all like and subscribe to that channel. But y'all know my slogan. I'm just a guy that like to talk about reality. Peace.